Josh Friedman. Along with me is Tom White. And on the field, as usual, our man, a roving man, John Price. Tonight, a big game. You see Chris Ortiz once again injured. Came back, had an injury again. He'll be out for another week. Had a concussion. Hopefully, he'll be okay, Tom.
Yeah, he's just really had some tough luck the last 2 years. Fast kid. He showed early in the season he could be explosive, and unfortunately not being able to play tonight. Big game coming in, CB West, undefeated. But you got to watch out for a team like Council Rock, Bob. 5-3. He's played some very good teams, very tough this year. And I know Mike Pett coming in is thinking, I got to be real careful and make sure the kids stay up for this one.
Absolutely. What do you think of that new theme music we have at Tri-State Media? This rings in your ears. I'll tell you, it's great. We're just about ready for football tonight, as Mike Pettine's team is getting ready to play. Again, two experienced teams. We have Mike Ortman, of course, coach of Council Rock, and Mike Pettine, the coach of Central Bucks West. In case you have not been on this planet recently, you should be aware of the fact that Mike Pettine won his 300th game earlier this season. The team is undefeated once again, and a little bit of a surprise because they lost a lot of good players, but boy, they are playing superb football.
Well, they lost a lot of players, but we know people that follow the team, they really didn't lose the meat of the team, which is Ben Garber, the two Wilson brothers up front. They've been the glue that has held this team together. A young, skilled position. You got Mike Oriole at quarterback. You got Phil DiGiacomo, sophomore, running the ball. But again, they got that big back in Dustin Pachazzi. He enters, exit Dave Armstrong. They didn't lose a step. That's amazing. Everybody outside of the area says, how do they do it? How do they always keep coming up with these big players year in and year out? But they do it. And again, they're as big and as strong as they were last year, Bob.
Indeed they are, and the Bucks will be kicking off to start the game. They'll be moving left to right as always in their gold pants, black jerseys, and gold numerals. The Indians will be in their white jerseys with the blue numerals. Fairly easy to pick out the numbers tonight. It's a cool night. I'm sure Farmer John will have the field report, the agrarian report as always. We are just about ready for football as teeing the ball up at the 40-yard line will be Bob Tumulty, as he always has this season. He approaches the ball, he hits it. It's sort of a line drive picked up at about the 15-yard line, taking it out over the 20 and to about the 27-yard line was Mike Hodgson. So Hodgson carries the ball out, and it is there that Council Rock will take over at first time. We've seen some amazing games between CB West and Council Rock.
Well, I'll tell you, the times we've seen them, too. Remember, it was around Halloween when Council Rock came in and beat West 40-33. West, a remarkable comeback.
In a wild game.
Fell short of the comeback, but a great game right around the same time of year. Looking for another big game tonight. Matt
Forbid at quarterback, and he's straight back to pass, throws it into the flat, sort of a semi-screen, caught and carried for about 5 or 6 yards.
That's Alex Wade, big Alex Wade. Bobby's back. Started very slow, had a leg injury, knee injury, missed probably the first 4 games of the year, and if you look at his statistics, has had big numbers for the 4 or 5 games that he has played. They're going to try to get him the ball as much as they can tonight there. A little flare pass, he comes in motion, Verbic gets the ball, big yards, 8 yards on first down. They got to do that all night tonight to stay in this game.
Ortman likes to throw a bit, and we've seen that in the past with Council Rock. 2nd and 2. Rolling to the right, looking is Verbic. He throws it. He's got a man. It's tapped and almost intercepted. As almost coming up with the interception there was Brian Callahan, who stepped out of his linebacking position, got to hand him the ball and make it 3rd down and 2. Looked like good coverage.
Yeah, they really did a good job. They teach you, as long as a quarterback has a football, you got to get deep. Callahan just getting depth, as long as Verbic was hanging back there, and he just almost really threw the ball into some deep coverage, and lucky he didn't get it picked off.
3rd and 2. Split backfield, and the handoff goes to Wade. He's got the first down and more as he cracks over the 40-yard line to about the 44-yard line.
Just so you get an idea how big Alex Wade is, 6 foot 236. He's a load. He runs hard. He finishes off his runs. There they needed the 2 yards off tackle behind a big offensive line. He gets it. This is what Council Rock wants to do. His game plan is keep the ball away from CB West. Long drives eat up the clock.
Ball is marked at the 41-yard line. First down, Council Rock. Early in the game, no score. Man in motion. Back split again. The pitch goes to Wade. He's to the 41. He's got about 3 to the 44-yard line to make it 2nd and 7. A deep pitch. They seem to be getting a nice push off the offensive line early on in the game. They've kind of opened the holes for Wade, and you don't need to give much of a crack for him to make some yardage.
Well, you know, it's tough. You're looking at CB West. They're coming in. They've got 20-plus wins in a row from last year off the state championship. It's hard to be up all the time. And, you know, here's a team that comes up here into Doylestown. They're juiced up. They need a win, and they're playing tough early.
Second down, deep handoff to Wade. He stopped in the backfield, but he gets back to the line of scrimmage to get to the 45, and is the ball on the ground? No, he just was pushing his way forward.
Great second effort.
Looked like for all the world he was down. He got maybe an extra half yard, but a hard push. And you tell these Rock kids are up for this game.
Number 20, Andrew.
Craig Osbeck, 12th grader, 5'11". He's in there at center, doing a good job. Good push, good drive. And looks like we got a penalty here, Bob. I think we got maybe face mask.
We have a mask. Andrew Elsing made the tackle. Let's see what we have. Personal foul. It is a mask. So the flag comes in. So this will give him a first down inside Buck territory at about the 36-yard line. I beg your pardon.
You know, coming into the year, and I looked at the teams, I thought this Council Rock team was going to be one of the premier teams. As it turns out, CB West is, the North Penn team is just fabulous. But this Council Rock is a good team.
Off of the shotgun, Burbett, he rolls, he throws low. Did he get it? No, they're going to say it hit the ground. Ball was intended for Greg Hodgson. Hodgson couldn't hold on as the ball was thrown low, make it 2nd and 10, but the Bucks the Rock is throwing everything at the Bucks. The Bucks probably have not seen this diversified an offense all year long. It's a passing offense. They run a bit with Alex Wade, and they are dangerous.
Well, I think you're right. There was more of a passing offense early in the year without Wade. Now with Wade, you got more of a balanced offense, and you're going to see that run, that pass. Verbett's got a good arm and generally very accurate.
2nd and 10, single setback, double wing formation, man in the slot. Definitely a passing look, but Wade is the single setback. Remember that, long count. It is a handoff. Taking the ball down is Alex Wade. Now let's see, there's a flag on the play. Let's see, either there was movement on Council Rock or it was a defensive offside. Because it happened just as the ball was snapped. It might have been an illegal formation, too.
I think that was Corey Jones, Bob, that carried the ball. Motion on Council Rock. And, you know, that's the worst thing you can do now. You have a nice drive established, and all of a sudden on first down, you go offsides. Now instead of having 2nd and 5, you're going to have 2nd and 15. Those are the kinds of things that make it.
We have an illegal formation, 6 men on the line of scrimmage on the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot, still 2nd down.
That tight end has got to be backed off the line of scrimmage and lined up right on the line, making an illegal formation. You're only allowed 5 men on the line of scrimmage. That's where you'll see the tight end a half step behind the line. So 2nd and 15 after the illegal formation. Again, a single setback. And back the pass goes for Betty. A little shovel pass. And oh, baby, no way. As standing in the way for CB West was Damian Smith.
Damian Smith, linebacker. He's taught to watch that back. So if he comes out of the backfield, he's just got to slide over, be in good position. As soon as he made that little pitch, he was there, stood him straight up, made the play. Big play, and West has really held. The penalty has helped them. But a big 3rd down now for Council Rock.
Loss of 1 on the play, make it 3rd and 16. Ball back at the 45-yard line, straight back to pass. Under a bit of a rush, throws as he hit, and the ball falls incomplete. Because as he was throwing the ball, coming in again was Damian Smith, and hitting him just as he threw the ball flooded and fell harmlessly incomplete. So the Rock has a good first drive. aided by a penalty, but a penalty against them and some good defense by CB West forces them to punt on 4th down. Or you think they'll punt, you never know.
Have nothing to lose tonight. Council Rock virtually out of the District 1 playoff hunt. Just looking in there, come play well and get maybe a win, a surprise win if they can.
End over end, fair catch called for and taken by the Bucks at the 15-yard line.
That's Phil DiGiacomo.
Phil DiGiacomo.
First down, West. Ball to 15.
And on first, it'll be the first possession by the Bucks. I think Ted Haldis is the punter for Council Rock. Did not get his number as he was on there. At any rate, the Bucks will line it up at the right at the 15-yard line. Oriel is the quarterback. Picciotti, one of the setbacks. Backs are split. On first down, man in motion. Oh, the ball's on the ground. Ball's on the ground. I believe Oriel fell on the ball. That'll be a short game, but they're fortunate they held on to the ball. Looked like he may have tried to pull away from center just a little bit quickly.
I got Ryan McDermott in there, 68. He's a sophomore. I believe he's the center tonight. And Brian Raberman, also and I'm reading off the wrong roster, so I apologize. 68 is Bobby Bowser is in there, along with John Torr, the other lineman.
Oriel, then they move around a bit. On 2nd and 10, and we'll have a flag. We may not have had him set. This may go against West. Came from the back, Judge. It might have been they took too much time, too. Nope. I think we're going to have a legal formation again. We'll see what the referee calls it, but it's going to take him back 5, and Pettine cannot be happy about the way things have started. A fumbled snap, and then before they can run the second play, you're going to have an illegal.
Dead ball, illegal procedure. On the offense, 5 yards, still 2nd down.
It's procedure. Evidently, when they did all that shifting, one of the people who shifted did not set for a second, and that's an immediate call. So now it's 2nd down and 15. They're back to their own 10-yard line. Backs are in the eye. Oriel hands the deep handoff off and carrying the ball ahead for some good yardage to about the 19-yard line.
That's Dave Edwards.
It's Dave Edwards, number 21.
He's a surprise for them this year, Bob. I think coming in, they thought it was going to be Dustin Picciotti, maybe DiGiacomo, but Dave Edwards kind of emerged in a couple preseason games and scrimmages, just really surprising, and has had some pretty good numbers and some good games for West.
Gain of about 9 on the carry, so it'll be 3rd down and a long 5, make it 3rd and 6. Backs are split. Again, man in motion. Oriel takes a snap, handoff to Picciotti. He's got 5, he's got 10 yards and a first down, and they made it look easy.
What they do there is they send a guy in motion. They look like they're coming power to the motion side, and they run a little counter play with Picciotti back across the grain, and he breaks a tackle right at the line of scrimmage and gets the first down. He's tough. He's big. We talked about how big Alex Wade is. Picciotti comes in. He's about 6'3", 235. Probably faster and maybe a little more athletic than Dave was. Dave Armstrong, who is out at Michigan now, just used to run you over.
Real tight look in the backfield. Now they move in motion and they move into the eye. Handoff goes to Dave Edwards. He's got about 3, and he's knocked down on a good tackle, open field tackle. Let's get the number of that tackle, number 22, and that would be Jim Gallagher coming up and knifing him down. A nice tackle after about a 4-yard gain, make it 2nd and 6. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. No score. The Bucks with their first possession.
Gallagher, a sophomore. That's a big play for a sophomore playing corner at Council Rock. Comes up, makes the play.
So on 2nd down and 6, double wing. Now man in motion. That's Edwards. He moves to the back of the eye. Handoff to Picciotti, and he's stuffed. He gets about 2, but I'll tell you what, he got hit perfectly there. I think that's looked to be Dave Wallace on the tackle.
Wallace, great stick. I'm gonna correct that. Having trouble with the numbers tonight. It was 32 on the tackle.
I was wondering about that. Corey Jones.
He came up, did a nice job. Didn't let D-back or the back for West on the last play, square his shoulders and made a tackle. Here's Council Rock again with a big third down play. See if they can hold him.
3rd and a long 3. Off the power eye, the handoff goes to Pettine, their go-to guy on the tough yardage. She's got the first down over the 40 to about the 41-yard line. So first down, second first down of this drive for CB West as we're inside 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. No score in this game between Council Rock and West. West moving on their first drive, started at their own 15, stuttered back to their own 10, and have moved the ball smartly since then. Tight formation again. Power look to the left. Handoff goes to the right, though, and this will be DiGiacomo. He's got a lot of yardage, and he's stuck right there. And again, Corey Jones is giving a clinic on how to tackle.
That's actually Janssen comes around. Just a little counter play. Show action with the power the one way. Janssen comes back underneath. They pull the guard. He gets out. Doesn't get a great block on the linebacker or the corner. The back tries to cut back Janssen, but hey, that's a great play. 8.5 yards on first down, 2nd and 2. And West, after a penalty, is settled down and now starting to get that offensive line going. They're tough.
Could have been a lot more, but Jones is right there, made a short tackle. That's the way you teach it. 2nd down and a short 2. Power eye look to the right. Handoff goes to the up back, and carrying the ball, it appears for first down yardage is Brian Buckley.
We saw Buckley, you know, as a sophomore and as a junior on that state championship team. He played down as a defensive lineman, and he's getting his paybacks now. They're letting him run the ball, and he's had a good year this year running the football there. He's asked to run for that tough first down yardage, and he gets it.
So 1st and 10 as they move into Council Rock territory down to the 47-yard line. The Bucks have moved it all on the ground so far. Again, the power eye look. Oriel, the quarterback. And a tight handoff again to Brian Buckley, and Buckley's got about 4 on the carry.
And again, you know, you take 4 every time because you add 4 3 times, it's 12, and you got a first down, and it's not pretty, but it works. And again, and the logic here too for West is they don't want to give the ball back to Council Rock because they know with Wade and Burbage back there, they're an offensive threat. And so they're going to be patient themselves.
And the other thing is that you got to take into consideration is those tight handoffs underneath freeze the middle of the line of the linebacker so that if you do have a keeper or you do come back and throw the ball off play action, it opens it up. Again, power eye. This time a pitch to Edwards. Edwards got 5. He's got 10. He's got 15 yards and a first down and a flag, and that'll be a late hit.
Yeah, that's a shame because it's a hustle play by the Council Rock player, the linebacker, but hits him on the line at the out-of-bounds mark. You got to lay off. You can't drive the guy back into the sideline. He does that. The flag's there. They're going to get 15 more. And one thing you don't want to do is come up here and give West more yardage than they need.
It is a personal foul. Should take the ball down to the 15-yard line as the flag was thrown at the 30. So as if Council Rock doesn't need more problems, the Bucks.
15-yard penalty. First down, West.
Ball down to the 15. You're getting close to what I'm calling this year Pettine Pike. It used to be Armstrong land, but now with Dustin Pettine, when you get inside the 10, you look for number 33 to carry the ball this year. They're at the 15, 1st and 10. We have 2:51 to go in the first quarter, no score, but again, the Bucks on the drive. They have been relentless here. You know, you don't give enough credit to Oriel. Oriel really does a nice job of deception. He hands the ball off very well. Again, the power eye has been the whole way through. And again now, Edwards did not like what he saw. He saw something he didn't like, and he stood up and he called timeout. And while we had this timeout, we remind you that to call in and chat. Chat 24 brings you live, multi-dimensional, interactive TV, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Chat 24 replays at 7:30 p.m. select evenings in case you missed all the live action and fun. And when it's not live, you can still interact via email for the next Chat 24. Chat 24 exclusively on Suburban Cable Channel 24 for our viewers in Upper Bucks and Central Monco, and on Channel 9 for viewers in Central and Lower Bucks. you got to figure Edwards looked up, either saw a formation he didn't like or may have been counting the players, saw they didn't have enough players, who knows what, but he stopped it. And the coaches will tell you, if you see something you don't like, don't hesitate, call the timeout.
Especially if he saw an illegal formation and he knew, hey, if we run this play, we're going to get a penalty. Great heads-up play if that's the case. Burns a timeout, not a big deal here in the first half, but saves the 5 yards and potentially having, you know, a long 1st and 15.
And he's fortunate that the ball was not snapped as he called the timeout, because he would not have been allowed it, and it would have really been a disjointed play. So he called it just. Actually, as the referee blew the whistle, they did snap the ball. So, situation 1st and 10. 2:51 to go in the first quarter. Now the backs are split behind Oriole. Ball at the 15-yard line. Man goes in motion. And we have a flag. We may have a. He may have turned upfield too soon.
West was moving.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen they've had some problems tonight. I don't know if it's a cadence or they can't hear or whatever it is, but this is unlike a CB West team.
And what happened was one of the players moved upfield too soon. It's offside on CB West. And again, an error of commission on a dead ball that drives the coaching staff crazy, moves the ball back to the 20, and now it's 1st and 15.
But dead ball, encouragement on the offense, 5 yards, first down.
Encroachment on the offense.
He didn't mean that. He meant illegal procedure.
Yeah, I figured as much. Well, he did give the offside signal, so it might have been that the man
lined up,
turned up, or
right.
They lined up in the neutral
yeah, encroachment
zone.
Is usually a line up.
Yeah. So now it's 1st and 15. The backs are in the eye. Pitch goes to Edwards. He's got the 5 yards back before he's dragged out of bounds back the 15-yard line. We'll make it 2nd down and 10.
Chris Mahoney, number 2, from his linebacker spot. Nice job to come up, good angle, and get Edwards before he's able to square his shoulders and get upfield. He gets back to 5 yards, but it looks like it's going to be 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. Buckley lines up in the backfield along with Dustin Picciotti. Oriole with a long count, man in motion. Handoff goes to Picciotti. He breaks it over the 10. He breaks it to the 5. He's almost got a first down at about the 6-yard line. Dustin Picciotti.
He almost ran right over Mahoney that time. Mahoney held on for dear life and brought him to the ground. A great tackle, but he really took the blow as Picciotti really laid into him.
Ball is placed at the 7-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 2, and you got to think that Picciotti will get the ball here.
Picciotti comes in 8 games, 138 attempts, 920 yards, and 20 touchdowns.
Single setback, power look to the right side. It is to Picciotti. It is to the right side. It is a touchdown, Central Bucks West.
Make it 21.
And it was easy. They just blew him out on the right side. Dustin Picciotti goes up Picciotti Pike. He scores a touchdown with 2:01 to go in the first quarter, and it's 6-0 Bucks.
Again, good line play there. Just fire off the ball, lock on a defensive guy, drive till the whistle blows. Picciotti runs in a seam, tries to run with his eyes, finds a goal line, touchdown, CB West.
Tumbledy will try for the extra point out of Bill Stone's hold. Low snap, Stone gets it down. His kick is up, and the kick is good. Good job by Bill Stone to handle a low snap.
Low snap, he was able to quickly get it up on the tee, and Tumblety kicks it through. And CB West, after a very, you'd have to say, quiet first quarter after some of the first quarters that they've had this year.
Oh, yeah.
So with 2:01 to go here in the first quarter, only 7-0.
The Rock held the ball for the first 4.5 minutes of the game, so they didn't get it back till about 6.5 to go in the quarter. They held the ball now for about 4.5 minutes, because it's 2:01 to go in the quarter. But the only way to describe that drive was methodical. There was nothing fancy. There were no spectacular runs, no special plays. It was just up the middle, up the middle, up the middle, up the middle, and finally they just pushed their way into the end zone. I think that what Pettine was trying to do is state his case. Look, you can throw and you can dazzle all you want. We're going to run up and down the field against you all night, try and stop us.
And let's give those guys credit. John Wilson, Ben Garber, Joe Wilson, Chris Havener, Bobby Bowser and John Torr, that offensive line.
Did you know there's yet another Carver? There's a younger Carver playing for North Penn, sophomore.
Well, the older Carver played for North
Aaron,
Penn.
sure. Happened to read that last week. I saw Carver. I said, got to be related. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's just, but you know, he's playing on the line, so they've raised some fine young men there. A lot of good candy. Kickoff high. Pretty good kickoff down to about the 12-yard line, taken there and moved upfield. Carrying the ball is, again, Mike Hodgson. He'll get it out to about the 22-yard line, so good coverage on the kickoff. As the kickoff is only returned about 10 yards, it'll be first and 10 for the Rock.
Kickoff taken by number 37, Mike Hodgson. On number 3,
Good coverage by West. Bunch of guys down there. Looked like Ryan Blumgren was in on the tackle. Bunch of guys, so good coverage.
So they will take the ball over at the 22-yard line, now trailing the Bucks 7-0. Single setback, man in motion. Pitch goes to the back, carrying it for almost no yardage. Oh, great pursuit on the play. Alex Wade had nowhere to go.
Edwards comes up from his linebacker spot. Again, keeps his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage, just shuffles his feet, comes up square, wraps his arms, and doesn't let him get anything. The West defense is playing tough.
Second down and about 11. They actually lost a half a yard on the play to make it 2nd and 11. Verbit brings the team out. Again, a single setback. Now man in motion. And Verbit hands it off again to Wade. Wade will get about 3, maybe 4 on this carry. Take it up to the 25-yard line. We'll make it 3rd down and 7.
Andrew Elsling, the DN, makes a tackle there. Good job. He's in his line. He's in his defensive end. He's taught he's got to respect the outside, but if they run inside him, he's got to close hard, and he does that. He's able to knife down, wrap his arms, make the tackle. Nice play.
About 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. 3rd down and 7. Shotgun formation. Verbit back, standing at his own 20. He takes the snap, rolls to the right. Can run if he wants to. Now he's got a little less room, and he's caught from behind. Let's see who that was catching him from behind. Did a great job. Oh, I believe that was our man again, number 32, Damian Smith. Great speed to catch him from the back.
Looked like he was going to break it, and he did a great job to take him to the turf, and they're going to force him to punt. He left him short about 1.5 yards. That's a great play.
Well, there is a bit of a wind tonight, so they're trying to get the punt off before. Now they're trying to move in quickly. Now timeout is called, and let's see by whom. There's 9 seconds to go in the quarter.
I don't think West had enough guys on the field.
Yeah, they forced them to call a timeout because the special teams were ready. They had it in formation, and West was still running on the field, so they had to burn their 2nd timeout. Let's see if that comes back to haunt them later in the half.
Well, I'm wondering, generally you can get a play off with 10 guys. Obviously, you don't want to do that. But if you have an extra guy, it's illegal participation, and it's a 15-yard penalty.
And it's not only that. If you're trying to run them in quickly, you're 4th and real short there. If they're not up to that line of scrimmage and you snap it short and run over the far side where they haven't gotten to yet, you got an easy 1st down.
Right.
More problem than that, because about 4 of the Bucks were still running on the field, and that right side was empty. There was nobody there. If they snap it short, they carry it, and they only need about 2 yards for the 1st down.
Camberg and Giacomo are going to go back. Here's 2 young sophomores, seen a lot of time for West. We're going to hear about these 2 guys the next couple of years.
John Price, what's going on?
Over my left shoulder here, you can probably see the flag. The wind is pretty strong tonight. This is my field report for you guys, of course. I got to get one in. The turf tonight is okay on the sidelines. Obviously, in the middle, you'll be able to tell that it's chewed and gutted, and it's after coming from Delvat last week, I'm disappointed. I'll send it back to you guys. Look for a bunch of great interviews later on in the game.
Farmer John Price and his agrarian report. Once again, a great job by Farmer John. Thank you. And he also gave us a little bit of weather report. Accu Price.
Farmer John, no overalls? He's got to work on the wardrobe, Bob.
I'm telling you, you wonder sometimes. Short punt fielded nicely by the Bucks. They'll take the ball over at the 45-yard line. There's 1 second to go in the quarter. This will be the last play of the quarter, barring a penalty, of course. So the Bucks have great field position on the short punt. Pettine in the tailback. It is a handoff to Pettine. He twists and turns and gets about 3 yards, and that will do it for the first quarter. We have completed 12 minutes of play. The Bucks of Central Bucks West leading Council Rock by a 7-0 score.
And you know what? You think about this game right now. You put it in perspective. Council Rock, Bobby, down 7-0, had a really good first quarter. You consider, you know, what CB West has done to teams early in the game. They get one big play, you know, they could really make a game of this. So this game for them, they're just looking for 1 or 2 big plays early in this second quarter, maybe to spark something for them.
But to say this, the Bucks have had the ball once, and they have not been able to be stopped. They were penalized twice. They still weren't able to be stopped. To win this game or have any chance in this game, the Rock has to show that they can stop a very simple offense. There have been no fancy plays. The closest they had was a play where Janssen took the counter play. That's about it. They haven't tried anything special here. And they moved right up the gut against them for 85 yards. On the other side, Council Rock has moved the ball a little bit. They were helped by a penalty one time, but really, after that, the Bucks have really just laid the wood to them and really haven't given them much of a chance to move.
And I like your point. What they got to do on defense is they're probably going to run blitz a little bit more. You put 8 or 9 guys in the box, force the younger quarterback to throw the ball. Maybe he makes a mistake in your favor, but you know what? You can't sit back and just let him run the ball at you. You got to do some different things, change up the defenses, and again, do some run blitz, do some stunning to take away that lead blocker and cut down on the big runs anyway West has had.
Mike Oriole brings his team up to the line. Single setback is Dustin Pettine, wing to the left. Now they move. Now there's no backfield, so it's a passing look, and we're going to have a flag. We have 2 men moving at once. It's a nice pass, but it's going to come back. Janssen caught the ball, but both men were moving, and you can't do that unless you're playing Canadian football.
It was a nice play, though. It looked nice.
That was a lovely play.
Well, actually, what they did is they were sending everybody right, and then they just run a little pop pass up the other side to Janssen, and it was wide open. And he's running down a sideline. Little does he know that they're blowing a whistle because guys are in motion.
We have an illegal shift. 2 members of the offensive team in motion at the same time. 5 yards, still first down.
And once again, Central Bucks West shoots himself on the foot a little bit. It's second down rather. As they lose 5 yards, they'll make it 2nd and 11. But again, a simple play. Now this looks like something that's not in the regular playbook. I haven't seen that before. If it is, it's got a lot of dust on it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's funny. You know, you're 8-0. You come in, you try a lot of new plays because you get down the road, you're gonna have some other offensive things that you're gonna have to do.
A lot of shifting, and again, it's going to be an illegal formation, but they're not going to take it because they crushed him. They're doing a lot of shifting, and the man was not set for 1 second. You could tell the flag was going to go. But they're going to decline. You can see Ortman over on the side. He's waving it off. They're going to take the loss, and they'll make a 3rd down and about 12. Well, I'll tell you, this series has really gotten ugly, Tom.
Illegal shift by the offense. Penalty is refused. 3rd down.
But you know what I'm saying here? What West does is they're coming in, they're expected to win, and what Mike's trying to do, he's trying to work in some new plays as he gets down the road in district playoffs. He's got to get some reps in with some of this new stuff, and unfortunately, sometimes it hurts you in a game.
Backs are in the eye. Pitch goes to DiGiacomo. He's got 5 back, and that'll be about it, and the Bucks will have to punt as the ball's up to midfield. But again, you look at Council Rock. Yeah, they got the penalty in their favor, but they did stop him this time. They knocked Oriole down for a loss on the disjointed play, and then they took DiGiacomo out after a gain of about 5 or 6, and it looks like they're gonna force the Bucks to punt the ball away.
And that's what we were saying earlier. They had to show some defense. Now the penalties and all that helped them, but you know that's part of the game.
So on 4th down, punt is away. Oh, it's a short one. Shanked it a little bit. Ball will roll out of bounds, and Council Rock will get great field position.
That was Justin McDonald punting that ball. It's a cold night. The ball's hard, so you really got to hit it in the sweet spot. If you don't, it's like kicking a rock. Probably even you know, that hurts.
Well, I think also there was some good pressure from the his right side. He may have caught that in his eye. As a former kicker, you can I can tell you can lose a little concentration. Yeah, just try and get it away, and you do short leg the ball, and it results in the Rock getting the ball at the 32-yard line. Not bad field position. Backs are in the eye behind Verbit. Man in motion. Another man in motion. And the handoff goes. Oh, no way. I believe that was Alex Wade again, and they are keying on him.
Brian Buckley comes up from his linebacker spot, untouched, square in the backfield, takes him down for a 2-yard loss.
Well, you talk about run blitz. That's exactly what the Bucs did. They're run blitzing. They're going to key on Wade. They're going to make them give the ball to somebody else.
You got it. And it's a great thing to do because you put a lot of pressure, one, on the lead back and the line to pick up the blitz. And if you don't do it right, a lot of times the defense is an advantage, most of the time, especially in high school.
Back to pass. Quick throw out to Wade. And he's going to get about 2 yards. Boy, I'll tell you, scrambles out and gets about 6. A nice movement as they had a defensive back on him. That was a mismatch. Big Alex Wade, of course, coming in 6 feet, 236 pounds. He is a load to stop.
He's big and he's elusive. He'll make you miss. And if he has to, he'll run you over. So he has the physical ability to be that power back, but he also has the ability to run away from you and make a big play.
On 3rd and 5 now, this will be a big play for the Rock. 9:20 to go in the half. Trailing 7-0, CB West in the lead. Single set back, we have a wing to the left side. Wide receivers left and right, and under a rush, it's a screen pass. And getting the ball, fumbling the ball away, and I think the Bucs are on it. I think the Bucs are on it.
That was big number 91, Rob Keeler, just a little tight end delay or a screen pass. He slides underneath as the offensive line and the quarterback sucks in the defense. They dump it over the line of scrimmage, does a nice job, catches it, runs, but as he gets hit, he puts it on the turf, and the big black and gold pick it up, and they got great field position.
Absolutely. There was just nothing but black and gold jerseys around. They jumped on the ball. It's a 1st and 10 for CB West. Be interesting to see if they throw the ball here.
Little play action, go up top. It'll probably be there. They got to look how many guys are up on the line of scrimmage.
But it's a tight formation, too. Now you have a man going wide and now shifting back is Dave Edwards, and it is he who carries the ball. He's got 5, cuts to the left, he's got 10, almost breaks it outside. Dave Edwards with a great run and a long gainer saving tackle by Chris Mahoney, otherwise he's gone.
What a punishing block by Pettine out of that. Absolutely lays the linebacker out. He pancaked him. Great cut inside that block by Edwards, and a great play on 1st down for West. You got to love it.
So West with the big 1st down run, the longest gain of the game for West, I believe. Backs are in the eye. Edwards the tailback, Pettine the upback. Wing to the left side. Handoff goes to Edwards again. Breaks through the line. He's got 5. He busts out for about 6 or 7 yards and close to another 1st down.
Now what happened, you didn't see it away from the play, but they just flagged Ben Carver. A great job. You teach an offensive line to stay with guy till the whistle blows. He pops the guy here, and the official throws a flag. To me, all he did was hit him. The whistle blows, and they're going to get a personal foul 15 yards here, and I'm going to tell you, I don't like the call.
Well, it's going to take him back, and let's see if they do it from the point of the foul.
Foul on the offense, 15 yards from the end of the run, 2nd down.
Well, the only other thing I can think of is he might have had hands to the face, and that, you know,
I saw the play.
I
saw the play.
He
just ran up and knocked the guy down, and it was close to the guy going down, but I didn't hear the whistle blow, and the flag went up. It was almost like because he was away from the play, he called it.
Well, Mike Carey doesn't like the call, so you saw him arguing it a bit. Ball moved back to the 41-yard line. We'll make it 2nd down and about 17, it looks like.
Well, the player for Council Rock didn't like it, but the team did, and it's to their favor.
Backs in the eye on 2nd down. Rolling to the right. Oriole throws it low, and he can't be held on to. We have another flag down. Is this going to be a flag fest tonight, Tom?
Well, it's interesting how things start to evolve, even as a referee. You know, they start to see little things, and they get in their head that, you know, I really got to watch this and watch that. And before you know it, that flags coming out on anything, and it's almost too much.
Well, we've had these games where the officials call, and some of these penalties have been legitimate. I mean, you can't do anything about, you have an offside, you have a motion and so forth. But now they're going to move it looks like they're going to move the Bucks further back. Let's see what we've got. We have an illegal receiver downfield.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now let's see if they'll take the penalty. This can be declined. They may want to get the downs, but you might want to move them back a little further.
I mean, that is a tough thing to call in football too. I mean, a guy's got to really be downfield to, make that. You got to give a guy a little bit of leeway on the line of scrimmage play. And
we have seen games where the officiating crew has gotten flag happy.
Yeah.
This, I don't think, is the case, because most of the flags
we have an ineligible receiver downfield. The penalty will be refused. Third down.
But you see what happens is plays like offside, like illegal motion, those are good calls. I don't think we've had that so far. Let's see if the flags continue or not. That was a real questionable call, too. It did not look like he was that far downfield. The official felt he was too close to the receiver. So it'll be third down now and about 17. I guess I didn't want to give him an extra down, but that 10 yards sure would have helped a little bit, I think. But again, I'm not the one on the side coaching. Now back to pass. Goes Oriole. It pumps. He throws to the right side. He got a man right there for the close to the first down was Janssen. Had to go to his knees to make the catch. Made a good play. So on fourth down, let's see if they want to punt the ball or they're going to try it. They're down inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line. You got to think they're going to go for it here.
Janssen comes in as West's leading receiver, Bob. In 8 games, he's got 15 receptions for 344 yards and 5 touchdowns. So he's been Oriole's, you have to say, favorite target. He did a nice job there. He saw Oriole was in trouble. He works back to the ball and finds the ball. Even though he got down on his knees, he did a good job to find it, get some yardage, and they got a possible makeable fourth down.
4th and 5. Now they shift. Backs are split now. Long count. Rolling to the left. We've got another flag now. Throws the ball. It's going to be incomplete, out of bounds. I think we're going to have an illegal motion again against the Bucks, but they won't take it. They'll take the play. Let's see. It came from the back judge, and I got to believe that there was some illegal motion again.
Why are you going to play?
Yeah, it's against CB West. I'll tell you what. This is getting to a point where it's a little bit dangerous. They're trying a lot of formations, a lot of fancy stuff. And what it's doing, it's keeping Council Rock in the game. Alex Wade breaks one long run, and we got a tie ball game.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, gotten a little fancy with all of the motion. Maybe you put that in your back pocket. You know, maybe next week or a week after, maybe in practice, you rep it a little bit. But it's just hurting them, and you're right. It's keeping the Rock in the game.
So, pardon me, after the turnover on downs, Council Rock takes the ball over, backs a split behind. Oh, no, excuse me, it's a shotgun. Under a rush, throws this middle screen. And there he goes, the runner. He's got a good deal of yardage to gain. That's Greg Hodgson. He'll get the first down outside the 40 to about the 44-yard line.
And that was a nice design play. I'll tell you, Hodgson, what a heads-up guy. He was able to try to get to the sideline and gets the first down. And there's your point, Bob. You know, you let them keep in the game. They get a big play. They get a little momentum. Before you know it.
Council Rock has lost some tough games. They're 5-3. They are not a bad football team.
Let's face it, they lost to North Penn 17-0. They lost to Norristown in a close game. They've been in some very tough football games.
Now back under center, the ball's handed off and getting some good yardage. It's Alex Wade. He'll get about 5 on the carry.
That offensive line for the Rock starting to get juiced up.
Ball carried by Alex Wade.
Well, every time you hold the Bucks, every time you put a good defensive lick on the Bucks, the team gets a little bit higher. You're talking about one of the best teams in, or the #1 ranked team in Pennsylvania, and you're down 7-0 with 6 minutes to go in the half. You got to feel like you've done a couple of things right, and the Bucks have done a lot of things wrong so far, quite candidly. 2nd down and 6. Man goes in motion. Deep handoff to, I believe that's Wade again. He'll carry it, and he'll get about 4 of those 6. Make it 3rd and 2, and that's not Alex Wade, so I'm sorry about that. That's Corey Jones. I keep wanting to call Corey somebody else. Corey, I apologize. He gets the ball. He gets about 4 yards on a tough run, make it 3rd down, a short 3 and long 2. Make it 3rd and 3.
Keeler on that offensive line, also in there, John Donahue. Those guys doing a good job on this drive, really driving West off the ball. Got a makeable 3rd down. You figure here they got 2 plays to make these 3.5 yards.
Single setback is Wade. Have a wing to the right. It is a handoff to Wade, and he falls down. Otherwise, he has the 1st down. He simply lost his footing, and it'll be 4th and very, very short. And you're right. Now Ortman has a choice. Do you run the ball here? Do you go for the 1st down? You're not in. You're at the 50, just inside the 50. They look like they're going to punt it on.
I'll tell you what you do here. This is what I would have done if I'm coaching this game. I come out with no intent to kick the ball, but come out and do a double count. See if you can get them to jump them off.
Sure, the way they've been jumping
and even if you go offside, you get 5 extra yards and a little extra room to punt. But
that's exactly right. Haldis will be punting the ball away, supposedly. On 4th down, the snap goes to Haldis. He takes it, gets it away. It's a low end over end. Fair catch, call for and Fumble. Ball is on the ground, and I think Council Rock has it.
And that sideline's a frenzy over there right now. And we were talking.
I think was that Damian Smith? I think we were to Giacomo. I'm not sure which one, but the ball's fumbled.
You know, we saw that play earlier where Wade didn't get the 1st down. We said earlier, came off a knee injury, and it was that leg that he was planting on. It seemed to give on him. He might not have all the strength in that leg. It might be why he went down a little bit, but I'll tell you what, this is a great opportunity for them here.
Well,
you get these kind of opportunities up here at War Memorial Field against West. You got to make good on them.
1st and 10 for a bit. With Wade as the tailback. Pardon me, handoff goes. And Wade will get about 2, maybe 3 yards on the carries. They're going right up the middle. Now, I haven't seen Council Rock this year, but one thing they have always had, as long as I've been watching this, has been a very good kicking game. I don't know if they have a place kicker here, but I'm sure they do.
I'll be willing to bet they do. Tell you, another big game tonight in Suburban 1 is that William Tennant Penridge game. I'll tell you, you got to see that Tennant team. Boy, they are really good. I know the Penridge team as well.
I've seen them. They're terrific.
Boy, that is a game to be watching tonight.
Now Wade is slotted to the right side. Back to pass for Bett. He's under a rush. He throws the ball and almost intercepted. Threw the ball away to get out of trouble. But I'll tell you, they had a full blitz going on Verbit, and he threw the ball to get out of trouble. Good coverage. Ball falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Ball now down to the 17-yard line.
Andrew Elsing, number 20, from his DN spot. Good pressure right in Verbit's face as he goes to throw. Forces him to throw it high. Good pressure, and this West defense coming up big here right now, but a big 3rd down play for the Rock.
Shotgun formation. Double slot. Back to pass. Throwing the ball high and deep, got a man wide open and can't get him. Oh, he had him wide
There
open.
was nobody covering him. The West sideline, Bob, was jumping up and down, calling for timeout because nobody was out on 83. All he had to do was get the ball to him. Couldn't do it. Overthrows him, and they dodge a bullet.
I mean, there was absolutely nobody there. Defensive laps well and wide open, and he just missed him, and now we will have a field goal attempt.
Mike Carey and Mike Pettine were jumping, trying to get the timeout called, couldn't get it done, and West dodges a bullet there.
This will be a 35-yard attempt from the middle of the field. The kick is up. It's high enough. Is it long enough? It is good! The kick is good by Matt Stapleton, and it's 7-3. Against a little bit of a wind, too. He just got it over the crossbar from 35, and the Bucks see their lead shrink from 7-4 with 3:35 to go in the first half. Let's see if they stay fancy on offense again.
I think they're going to come back with that power eye and run the ball right there behind Dustin Bacciatti, give him it right, left, and let him get some points and stay away from that stuff. Let's go to John.
Price, what's going on down there?
I had the principal from Council Rock High School, Dave Yates, alongside, and it's obviously a joyous time for the Council Rock fans, and you can see the faithful behind us. Principal Yates, obviously it's a big night. You got a huge following. What was going on at Council Rock this week leading up to the game?
Well, there's a lot of activity in our school. We have both of our cross-country teams, our soccer team, our field hockey team are all in district playoffs and doing very well. And of course, you're playing Central Bucks West. And you want to look good that night in football. So it's been a very good week as far as athletics at Council Rock, and a lot of spirit in the school.
That's great. Now, obviously, Coach Ortman, you've had a couple losses this season. Coach Ortman's been in there. You lost Alex Wade a little bit. What's the psyche of the team like right now? What are they playing for tonight?
Well, we've been playing well this season. We had a tough loss last week against Norristown in overtime, but Alex is back and he's healthy and the team's playing well. Certainly, you're playing for pride, and you know, we have a lot of rivalries, but when you play Central Bucks West, you know you're going against certainly, if not the best, one of the best football teams in the state every year. So you want to come up here and look good. This is a great place to play football, and we're playing with great tradition, and we're very pleased with the way our team's playing so far.
One of the outstanding teachers at Council Rock wanted me to ask you this question. It's a little chilly tonight. They were wondering if maybe you rode your Harley up to the game tonight. I know you're a big hog rider.
Yeah, no, it was a nice day to ride, but it's a little nippy tonight. So no, I came up with our athletic director in his warm van.
All right, thanks to the Ventruscas for that tidbit. Thanks a lot. Back up to the booth.
John Price, good job, John. 1st and 10. Man in motion. Pitch goes back to Edwards. Edwards got 3. He's got 5. He's around the corner. He breaks outside. Great block, and he'll get about 15 yards. What a block.
Another crushing block by Pettine. You got to love that. That is football. It's his finest. He comes around. He picks up that linebacker. Absolutely laid him out. Sprung Edwards to the outside.
And
I love that.
Nothing fancy, no double shifting, nothing like that. They just got the ball, said, okay, snap it, pitch it, run it. And it's a 1st down inside Rock territory at the 36-yard line.
That's football. You got to love that. Run that fullback at the linebacker, and it's one-on-one. Whoever wins usually going to make do on the play.
Backs in the eye. Man in motion. Handoff goes to Pettine underneath. He'll get about 3 on the carry.
Number 30 there on a tackle, had a Rich Bettison. There's a football name for you. Council Rock and Chamonix, the Bettison family, longtime football people in that, southern Bucks County. And there's another Bettison making a big play. He's had a big night tonight. He's been on the ball a long time.
Absolutely. It's a gain of 3 on the carry. And again, the back's in the eye. Greg Kinzel wings to the left side. Now goes in motion to the right. Oriole pitches the ball. Nice block to spring him again, and Edwards will get about 6 on the carry. He'll make it 3rd and about 1, make it 5, 3rd and 2.
I'll tell you, you talk about a guy like Pettine. Everybody looks in a paper and they see 1,000-yard rushing, 20 touchdowns. I'm impressed with his blocking out of his fullback spot. He just absolutely unloads on people.
He sealed the hole.
He unloads on people. I love it.
Absolutely. So now, 3rd down, backs in the eye. 3rd, and we'll actually call it 3. They can give him a real good spot on the carry. Goes to Edwards again behind a crushing block by Pettine, and he'll get the 1st down and much more as he goes inside the 20 to about the 19. I watched Pettine on that play. He just blew the linebacker out of there.
I've been keen on him now after it, and there's a flag down too, so we're going to have to see what this is. This might go against Council Rock, maybe a face mask.
That's an illegal shift. And again, I don't know what they're doing, but I'll tell you what, Pettine's got to be talking to himself right now. That just negated a 1st down.
Well, we're going to get the 2-minute warning after they mark off this penalty. And, you wouldn't have thought coming in here 2 minutes ago in this half it'd be a 7-3 game.
Got an illegal motion. Offense, 5 yards from the previous spot. Repeat 3rd down.
So we have 2 minutes to go in the half on the illegal shift again, and then now Pettine wants to talk to the referee. He wants to know what's going on.
Well, you know what he's saying is, when you have illegal motion, usually blow the play dead right away. That was a late flag. I mean, the play was run, it was dead, and all of a sudden the flag shows up on the field. He wants to get some understanding of why we're going in motion, why we're getting all these penalties.
So now make it 3rd down and about 9 after the penalty. Instead of that 1st down on a great gain. Backs are split now. Slot to the right is Kinzel. Back to pass is Oriole. He throws it. He's got his man. He's got a 1st down. That's Janssen breaking inside the 15-yard line. A big catch and a big 1st down for Sean Janssen.
He does a good job. He goes down again. He runs the guy off. a real hard cut to the outside, works back to the ball, and Oriole does a nice job to throw the ball while he's making the cut, catches it, able to get the extra yard, first down. Nice play by that sophomore quarterback and senior wide receiver Michael Janssen.
Sean Michael Janssen with a big catch gives him a 1st and 10 at the 15. Clock moving inside a minute and a half to go in the half. Remember those timeouts they burned before. Handoff goes underneath, carrying the ball. It's Edwards. He's at the 5, the 3-yard line. Dave Edwards almost broke it.
That was Dave Edwards.
Clock will stop to move the sticks. Minute 15, and now, of course, we are once again on Pettine Pike.
4 yards to the goal.
Edwards leaves the game. Pettine will be in the backfield with Buckley, the lead back. And now timeout, and I think Council Rock wants to talk it over.
And you know what, and Pettine deserves to get the ball here. I mean, he worked this drive. The 3 big runs on this play drive by Edwards. He was leading away. I mean, he sprung them on every run with the blocks that he was making. That was incredible.
The simple fact is he's 6'3", 235 pounds. By now he's probably up closer to 250. And you got to look and say, okay, anytime we talked about Armstrong last year, anytime they were in the 10, nobody but Dave Armstrong ever carried the ball. Same thing here. Dustin Pettine, it's as if they're going to go to Council Rock, and I could be wrong. It's as if they're going to go to Council Rock and say, okay, you see number 33, he's going to get the ball. If you can stop him, stop him. He's only going to make 3 yards. Try and stop him. And Council Rock has got to do that. If they can do it, well, God bless them. That's great. If not, it's 6 more for the Bucks. As we see a Halloween moon.
Ooh. It's that time of year. Football's
Yes,
in the air.
Frost is almost on the pumpkin.
Be pretty soon time to put that turkey in the oven, huh, Bobby?
Ah, it's not nice to talk about John that way. Well, you know it's getting cold because it's getting toward east-west game time. Tom already getting his fangs sharpened. Second and 1. They can get a first down. They have a 2nd and 1, but I think it's 2nd goal. The handoff goes, and carrying the ball close to touchdown. Pettine with the carry. Nothing fancy. There's still plenty of time. 52 seconds to go in the half.
The thing is funny. Mike told Oriole, now after this play, I want you to run over here, get the play, and all he said was, same play.
Same play. Oriole, power left look. It goes to Pettine, and he is in for the touchdown. Easy touchdown.
Same play.
Same play. Nothing fancy.
Pettine Pike.
Right up Pettine Pike, as I told you, and it's 13-3. And again, Council Rock comes down, recovers the fumble on the punt, moves the ball, gets a great field goal from Stapleton. The Bucks come back and they just say, okay, nothing fancy. Here we go. They even got another shift penalty on them, but they still score the touchdown. And with 32 seconds to go in the half, they increase their lead to 13 as Tumbley out of Stone's Hole will try to make it 14. Good snap this time, put down. Kick high, long, and good. So with 32 seconds to go in the first half, the Bucks have extended their lead to 14-3. And Council Rock, well, we'll see what they can do. They have an air-oriented attack, but we'll have to see what happens here. And remember, the Bucks get the ball to open the second half.
And as you said, I think you'll see some of all that fancy shifting and stuff that they're trying to work into the offensive playbook. We'll probably shelve that for the week.
I think they've had their little bit of a try on some fancy stuff.
Have your tickets ready. Have your program ready.
So we're going to take a real quick break before the next kickoff. We will be right back. We are back. The short kickoff taken by Council Rock with 31 seconds to go. They'll have the ball at about the 31-yard line, so they have some room to move. Let's see if they try and put the ball in the air.
Well, West will probably give you that prevent. Have 3 or 4 guys, 15 to 20 yards deep off the line of scrimmage, and they're going to make you run a long way to get open before the quarterback has a chance to get it to you, and then by that time you're hoping your D-line is going to be on top of them with pressure.
That is some of the blocking back for Alex Wade. Deep handoff to Wade, and he is smashed in the backfield by Brian Buckley.
Buckley's just such a headsy kid. He has such a feel inside for where things are going. There again, it's a draw play. A lot of times, they had guys, two guys, 15, 16 yard deeps. They had linebackers at 7. And a play like that, a lot of times, will go for at least 7, 8 yards. He turns it into a loss because he's just so heads up.
Now, this I don't know if they're going to get another. Yeah, they're just coming off the field. So that will do it for the first half. A half that has kind of gone in fits and spurts. Not a lot of exciting plays, but the Bucks did what they had to do. They've taken a 14-3 lead. And before we break for the half, let's talk a little bit. If you're the Bucks, if you're Coach Pettine, you got to go into halftime. You got to be talking to them about, hey, look, guys, we can't keep shooting ourselves in the foot with these things. We work on these in practice. I think we're going to go away from this and just take the ball right at them. If they can score on the opening possession of the third quarter, this game at that point may be out of hand. For Council Rock, Ortman's got to tell them what?
He's got to say, look, you guys got to forget about the first half. It's a nothing game. You know, come out here, try to be mistake-free. Let's put 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 good plays together on offense, and something good might happen. And who knows, the second half, if they can hold them in the first kickoff, get the ball back and score and make it 14-10, then it's a game.
Well, we will see what happens, who takes the second half as the seniors are being shown tonight. This is, I believe, also a homecoming for CBWS. But at any rate, we will take a break. We will get something good out of that snack bar. Oh, wait a minute. Before we do, John Price. John, where are you now?
I'm down on the west sideline, Bob and Tom. I'm standing here with Matt Majinski, who is a Philadelphia Inquirer reporter, one of the many media that like to come out to Doylestown and cover some of the West games. Matt, so far tonight, we've seen an interesting game. What are your thoughts on the game so far?
It has been real interesting. West has been struggling a little bit with their discipline. They've been a lot of turnovers, not turnovers necessarily, turnovers in the first half and penalties. Called several times for illegal motion, and that's been hurting them so far. But obviously they've been able to move the ball, and they have the lead right now.
What kind of questions are you going to have for the coaching staff after the game so far?
I think one question would be, were they having trouble getting set on offense? You know, several times we've gotten called for illegal motion, and also got flagged for it 2 other times that Rock declined. So I'd be interested to hear if they were having trouble getting plays in, or you know, getting communication from the sidelines out to the field.
Obviously, you cover a lot more teams than just CB West. Other area teams that you've been impressed with so far this year, maybe a disappointment?
CB East I've been very impressed with. Obviously, they've struggled recently. Their offense has been excellent with Brian Scott carrying the ball. They're always a weapon any night to play. Obviously, they play West next week, which is a real marquee game.
Real quick, you had an interesting meeting with Brian Scott, didn't you?
Yes, actually, I talked to Brian Scott not too long ago, and it was kind of interesting because at that point he was not really sure about his college decision. So, you know, I was kind of trying to say, hey, you know, what's up with college? He was like, oh, I'm not really sure, but you know, you'll know soon. And about 3 days later, he made his announcement that he was going to Penn State.
Didn't he wipe you out on the sideline one game?
Yeah, actually, last year against Norristown, I was on the sideline and a couple tacklers went by. I was able to avoid them, but unfortunately, next thing I know, here's Brian Scott charging at me with a full head of steam, and he took the legs right out from under me.
Perils of big-time sports writing, and tonight, Matt, it looks like you're a little bit chilly, so I'll let you go warm up in the car during the half. I'll send it back up to Bob and Tom.
Good job, John Price. So we are at halftime. The score, Central Bucks West 14, Council Rock 3. We're going to take a break and be back for third quarter play. Don't you dare go away.
Some people have an excuse not to watch Chat 24.
we are back at War Memorial Field, Doylestown, Pennsylvania, where the halftime score is Central Bucks West 14, Council Rock 3. Bob Friedman, along with Tom White and our field reporter, John Price. Tom, interestingly, the Bucks were late coming out, and you got to wonder what was going on in that locker room.
Well, you heard people say about peeling the paint off the walls. I got a feeling there was a little paint coming off the wall in the locker room. You know, Mike really is big, and one of the reasons why he's so successful is he coaches the little things, and it's the discipline, handoffs, getting off the ball, not going in motion, little things, because he believes all the little things, if you do them well, they all add up to good things. And you can't do all those little things wrong, because obviously, you know, you run into problems. And it's a 14-3 game, 1 play, 2 plays. Council Rock's back in this game.
And at this point of the season, you can have it. We both played football. You know that the lull can set in. You've been out there since early August. You've been running around. You're getting into the beginning of November now. You've won 8 straight games. You're against a team that you probably feel you should be able to beat, although Council Rock certainly has shown themselves well tonight. And maybe you're just not as precise as you should be. Let's see if he snapped them right out of it at halftime. On Council Rock's side, they got to be saying, hey, look, 1 turnover, 1 big score, and we're ready to go, and we are ready to go. Kickoff goes right up the middle. Taken there. Oh, what a great tackle on DiGiacomo. Let's see who got him. Tackle made by 23, Eric Blair, and I mean, he just stopped him in his tracks.
And Phil gets up, he's a little limp, and he really took a shot right above the knee, like just below the thigh. And I'll tell you, there's nothing smarter than that. It'll sting for a couple minutes. He'll get his legs back, but boy, I'll tell you, that's a good, sharp, hard tackle.
So the Bucks take over the ball at their own 27-yard line. They lead 14-3. And on first down, backs are split. Oriel still the quarterback. Kinsel goes in motion. Oh, the ball's on the ground just like it was the first play of the first half that they had the ball. And again, Oriel moved away a little too quickly. Fortunately, fell on the ball. They'll lose a yard on the play. But again, just as in the first offensive play from scrimmage in the first half, he fumbles the first one in the second half.
Yeah, that's Bowser at center. Him and Oriel had their troubles tonight.
And with East looming in the wings, he doesn't want to see this happening. Backs are in the eye. Handoff goes to, oh, that's Edwards, and he is smushed in the backfield.
And there's that run blitz. You got to send people quickly into the backfield against West to take away that power game if you want to have any success. If you just stay back in your natural, 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage as a linebacker, you get a guy that's 6'3", 235 coming at you, and you're not moving at him, he's going to win the battle. So you got to run blitz against him.
Dave Wallace was the man that came back up from his linebacker spot. You saw it on the screen, a great play, making third down and about 13 to go. Backs in the eye. The counter play goes, and that's not going to get him much either. Boy, I'll tell you, the Rock is all over him right now as Janssen tried the counter play from the wingback spot, and they were all over him, and that series just went nowhere. So give one to Council Rock. They came out fired in the second half.
And take a look at the field position. They're going to kick this ball from about the 27-yard line. Their guys are back on just over their own 40. So Council Rock should get great field position without a turnover.
McDonald gets a low snap, and he can't hold on. He's going to be down right there. He couldn't pick the ball up, and Council Rock gets the ball in great field position at the 16-yard line.
It was a low snap. He did a great job to kind of field it, and he went to get his feet under him after picking up that ground ball and wasn't able to get it all, dropped it, and a great surge by Council Rock punt coverage. And look at how it's turned around, Bob, just in a short couple plays.
Well, I'll tell you, the crowd is quiet right now. Verbeek comes up to the line of scrimmage, has his backs in an offset position. Handoff goes to the up back, and carrying it for about 4 yards on a nice spin move is Justin Schink. So everybody thought it was going to go to Wade. It went to Schink, the up back, and he carries it for about 4, make it 2nd down and 6, and we already know they have a field goal kicker.
Runs in motion. Looks like we're going to go strength long side of the field. They run what looks like power back to the short side and then counter off of that with strength, and he gets a nice 4.5, 5 yards on 1st down. You got to love that play.
2nd and 6, backs in the eye, slot to the right side. Man in motion, now covering the right side. We're gonna have a call against Council Rock. Now, is this delay? It's from the back judge, who usually calls a delay a game, but let's see. No, it's going to be an illegal formation. Again, it looks like the right tackle covered, or the right tight end covered the tackle. Let's see if it's a formation.
Just moving.
Procedure.
He was just moving.
So he was moving when the ball was snapped, so it'll be 5 yards. And again, Council Rock hurts themselves with a penalty, so now it's 2nd and 11 instead of 2nd and 6. Single setback. Man in motion now. Back to pass for Bitt. He's under a rush. Throws it in the middle for a middle screen. And the ball is, oh, is he going to go in for a touchdown? He almost did.
And that was
Rob Keeler.
That was that same play in the 1st half. He got the ball, Bob, if you remember, after he made the catch, 5-6 yard run, and he fumbled. He turned the ball over.
Right.
You got to love Council Rock. The coaches come back to with a play that works, catches it underneath. Great job from Burbett to set it up. He did a great job to suck him in, dumps it under. And Keeler, what a great run, almost lost his feet, stumbling and bumbling, gets down to the 1 yard line.
I thought the play was down. I'm looking around, all of a sudden there's 91 going to the 5, the 4, the 1 yard line, so 1st and goal, and we'll have a timeout call. There's a little confusion on the Council Rock side. They're going to call timeout because they want to get it right.
Well, you know, that's a great play because you got the momentum. You don't want to have some kind of penalty or mistake right down here because 1st and goal at the 1 and 1st and goal at the 6 is a different animal when you're going against CBWest.
And everything's going right. John Price, everything's going right. Where is John? Is he there? Maybe he's not. I thought we had John. John must be jumping up and down trying to find somebody right now. But anyway, let's go back to what we were talking about. Everything has gone right for Council Rock, and it hasn't been breaks. They have made the breaks. Of course, the fumbled snap didn't hurt, but they've made 2 big defensive plays. Then they come in and they make the offensive play after a penalty, no less, down to the 1 yard line. They have been the team that's come out fired up in the 2nd half, and CBWest is back on their heels right now.
Well, this is big for Council Rock. They're down here. You can't get any closer without scoring. They got to get points here, and they definitely want to try to get 6 or 7 points.
Power eye. Power to the left side. Handoff goes to Wade. He pushes his way in. Is he in? Don't see a signal yet. No signal from anybody, so it's going to stay there right there at the 1 yard line. There is a kind of play where you want to see a back jump into or the quarterback take it right.
Yeah, I think here, it's so close. I'll tell you what you do here. It's so close is you have the quarterback keep it right behind the center.
Just follow the center's back and
just push it in.
Get that ball over the line. All you need is get the ball over the line. You don't have to get over.
Because all he has to do really is find a little seam and duck in it.
2nd and goal.
Easier said than done.
Nose of the ball on the goal line. Power eye look once again. And he does follow it, and he's in. Good call by Tom White as Burbett followed his center, just leaned into the stack, and the push got him the touchdown. And all of a sudden, with 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, we got ourselves a ball game, Tommy.
Well, let's see if they go. They're lining up for the kick, but they got the old Rose Bowl play here set up where they line 8 guys. I love this stuff. I love it.
Let's see where they snap the ball. It's a straight snap, and he's going to throw the ball for 2. He's got it. Oh, baby, it worked. Oh, my word, it worked.
Nobody was even out there on the receiver.
Pettine all by himself. The holder is Ted Haldis, who is a quarterback. He simply got up, looked to his right, and the old lonesome end was right there, Pettine, and we got ourselves a 14-11 ball game. You can see the coaching staff, they're smiling about it. Suddenly, Central Bucks West finds themselves in a fight for their lives, leading 14-11.
Boy, you got to love that. Real creativity. It's the old Rose Bowl play where you line 7 guys on the line of scrimmage. You got to have 7 over there. Everybody's got to get set. He looks like he snaps for the extra point, and they just hide a guy down there on the sideline. On the snap, he just walks into the end zone, does a little hook. He's wide open. A bullet gets it there. And I'll tell you what, this is a 3-point game, Bob. And Council Rock has got the kicker.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Stapleton will kick off. Three backs deep for CB West. Last time they kicked a ground ball here. Let's see what they do here. Stapleton approaches it. He hits it. Oh, it's a high, sort of a spiral picked up by the right back. That may be Janssen, and he'll carry it out to about the 30-yard line. And Council Rock is just fired up. Well, I'll tell you what, Council Rock. Now, this is a big defensive series for the Rock. They want to prove that that first set was not a fluke. For CB West, Tom, they got to grab control of this game again.
Well, you know what the diet is going to be here. You're going to run Edwards and Pettine behind that big offensive line and dare this Council Rock team to stop.
Backs are in the eye. Ball at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10. Man in motion again. Kinzel. Pitch goes to Edwards. He goes around the left side. Got a little bit of room, and now he doesn't. He's got about 4 yards on the carry. Make it 2nd down and a long 5, maybe a short 6.
Good job by Wade. He comes up initially, turns the play inside, allows the rest of that Council Rock defense to come scraping in there. Number 45, Sean Butler, from his linebacker spot, able to bring him down. But Council Rock, I'll tell you what, that's a big 1st down play for West to get 5 yards. You get 5 every time, you're going to be in the end zone soon.
Backs in the eye. Handoff goes to Pettine, and he's going to get nothing. Oh, he is smashed. 3, 4 white shirts. He'll get maybe a yard, make it 3rd and 4.
Rich Bettison again, number 30 from that middle spot. Again, he's moving on the snap. He knows he can't stand still and just take him on without any momentum. So a little bit of a stunt into the run, and they're able to stop him. He still ended up getting a yard on that, despite it looked like after the tackle it was a loss, but he got a yard.
No, he got a yard. It's 3rd and 4 now. The ball now resting at the 36-yard line. Backs are split behind Oriole. Tight run formation look. Again, Kinzel in motion. Handoff goes to Pettine. He carries, and he'll get close to the 1st down. I think he's got it on the stretch.
Yeah, that's a 1st down.
Ball needed to get just to the line, the 40-yard line. It is on the line. I'm going to say there's a 1st down. They're going to measure. Now, they gave him a bad spot.
They didn't put the ball down.
They gave him an awful spot.
Everybody jumped up over here on the CB West side. I mean, that ball was on the line.
Oh, my.
And now it's a good yard off of that line.
It appeared that he had that ball well right at the 40. Maybe
that's not a 1st down.
Went down. That is not going to be a 1st down. I don't think. He's going to be a half a length of the ball from
not where he
down.
Put that ball down. That's not a 1st down. Yeah, I think they'll go for it.
Well, I don't see the punter coming in. I see Oriole coming back. So on 4th down, a big play for both teams. I mean, if the Bucks don't get the ball, the Rock got the ball in great field position. You got to think one of 2 things: either Pettine or Oriole. Well, we'll find out. Everybody's in tight. Show me somebody who threw the ball here. Everybody in tight. Handoff goes to the up back, and he's got the 1st down. Nice play, smart play. Handoff goes and carrying the ball for the 1st down. I think that was Matt Carey.
And that's a good call by Mike. Everybody's thinking Dustin Pettine. You give it offside real quick to Buckley. Buckley, good hard runners, able to get the 1st down. And that's CB West football. They make big plays when they need them.
So 1st and 10, fresh 4 for CB West. And now the end around and carrying the ball for 5, 10, 12 yards is Sean Michael Janssen as he took it on the end around. gets the first down, got sort of slammed down to the ground at the end of it. But a nice run and another first down, I believe, for CB West.
Boy, he did a nice job to get up inside that seam, but when he got hit, he had his leg really tugged up underneath of him. I saw him bounce up. Doesn't look like it's bothering much, but boy, he's lucky he's flexible.
Yeah, they'd be carrying me to the hospital by now. 1st and 10, the ball now inside Council Rock territory. Backs are split. I think we're not moving. I think Kinsel might have jumped just a touch earlier. So that's going to cost him 5.
Pettine carries. Tackle by number 96, Riva.
They're going to have procedure against CB West. So again, they're going to cost him 5 yards. Actually, looked like the whole left side of CB West jumped a little bit early.
Posted against West.
And take a look at the run again. Here comes Johnson. Now here's the tackle at the end.
Right.
Nice run by Johnson there as he's got the ball on the left side.
There's a nice picture of 51, Jeff Mitski, the offensive lineman. He's pulling on that, gets up in front, makes a nice block. Jansson's able to get up inside of that. That was pretty. Nice job, guys, in the camera work.
Backs are split. 1 second now and about 11. When the handoff goes to Pettine, he'll get about a yard there.
I tell you, Bettison's been all over the field. That time he got help from Brian Wilson. Is able to get a hold of Pettine's leg and get him down. And this Council Rock defense, Bob, is really digging in.
Well, they're taking advantage of things. They took advantage of the fumble on fumbled snap. They're taking advantage now of the penalty. It's 3rd and 10 now. And they know that Oriel is a good quarterback, but he hasn't proven himself as a passer quite yet. Although he's thrown a bit to Janssen. You know, they want to make him throw the ball. That's what they want to make West do, is put the ball up in the air. They have a passing look now. Wing to the left side, slot to the right. Single setback. Now Edwards goes in motion on 3rd down. Rolling to the right is Oriel. Plenty of time for running if he wants. Got a man a little bit too high thrown. And they got what they wanted. John Price, what you got down there?
Hey guys, I am here with one of the components of Coach Ortman's comments in the newspaper this week. One of the key elements he said that CB West has that a lot of other area schools don't have is the fan and community support. I'm sitting with a family who doesn't have a player on the field right now, but they've got some deep ties to the program. Mr. Cleland, why don't you explain?
Well, John, my son Chris is one of the assistant coaches for West, and he played on the 91 championship team, and I'm hoping they get another one this year, and it was nice to see them get one last year. Also have an older son, Greg, who played on the 81 team with Central Bucks East at 165 pounds at center, and now I see the line is averaging 235, so in 17 years they've gained 100 and some pounds, so this is getting pretty close to pro football now. So actually this game tonight is one of the closest games I've seen other than North Penn in a long time, so it's kind of exciting here, and I think the fans are in for a real treat here.
Yeah, I think they are. They always come out in large numbers to support the team. Do you get any extra insight from your son about the after the game?
Well, Chris doesn't tell me much before a game. He'll answer questions after a game, and I know they really do a wonderful preparation for each game, and I don't hear much about the preparation, but he will give me a few thoughts afterwards. And I'm particularly fond of the quarterback situation, with a quarterback leading this team as a sophomore. And of course, Dustin Pettine's doing one heck of a game, so it makes it very exciting. And the rest of the team all is very strong. The line is wonderful to watch, and the kicker is fantastic. I think he's only missed 2 so far this year.
What's the key difference from last year's team, do you think?
Well, to me, it seems like the line is bigger. I'm not sure weight-wise, but I know they got some pretty big guys this year, and I think they got a big enough line to play college football. As a matter of fact, I'd like to see them play Michigan.
Do me a favor and introduce the clan for me.
Okay, well, I have Chris here, who is, or Sean, who is age 4, and Ryan over here, age 1, and my wife Debbie, and I'm not allowed to tell her age. And then I've got 2 friends with me, the Martins from Michigan here. and they're enjoying last year's star over there, and Armstrong, and then they had Sweat too. So now they're recruiting some other players here. So we don't want to give we want to give the rest to Penn State.
There's a big West Michigan connection here. Thanks a lot to the Clelands and group, and we'll send it back up to the booth.
Thank you, John. And as you have seen, been watching, a good punt put the ball back deep in Council Rock territory. Then a holding penalty moves them to the 5, and they tried a deep handoff, looked like a draw play. And again, Alex Wade just smashed down. You see an unhappy Mike Pettine Sr. on the sideline there, but the ball is now 2nd down and 17. Ball's at the Rock's own 4-yard line, back in the shotgun. Dangerous situation. Throwing the ball, and is it complete? Yeah, it's complete. Oh my, look at that throw. He got it out there to Greg Hodgson and threw it on a rope.
That is an unbelievable play by Verbit. Gets outside contained and throws a rope and hits a guy on his knees between defenders to pick up a critical 1st down. Because if they don't get that, they're punting, giving West the ball with great field possession. I'm telling you, that might be the play of the night.
My word, what a great throw. And the Buck fans are just sort of attentive right now as they figured they had the Rock in a great position. Now 1st down, Wade goes in motion. Verbit throws it to Wade. He's got yardage, he's got 10, he's got 15, a flag's down. I think it's going to come back. I think we're going to have a clip or a hold.
And that's the way they started the game. If you remember, the very first play of the game got actually not quite the same yardage, but again, the penalty looks like there's the referee's talking to Brian Buckley. That one's coming back.
Absolutely. They threw it on the side. It is a hold, so that'll negate the play. Now, you got to think that one of those blocks he sprung him was the hold, because he got outside. There was a nice seal block there. He got about 15 yards, but it's going to come back, and it's going to come back big time.
Well, I think somebody cut him.
Holding against Council Rock.
Looked like when the play started to develop, Dave Edwards actually had somebody cut him, and I thought maybe that was what the call was, going to be an illegal block or chop type block, but they get a hold, and again, that's a big penalty. Puts them at 1st and 15 instead of having 1st and 10 over the 30-yard line.
Again, single setback. And he's rolling to the right, and he's not going to get anywhere. He's going to smash down at the 15-yard line. As Verbit, as they would not bite on that play. Andrew Elsing comes in to make the tackle, and his loss will bring it back to the 15, make it 3rd and 19.
Elsing's having a big night. He's had pressure on Verbit a couple times. There he does it again, has a big sack on him, and that was big for West, because you know what? He had a guy in a hook pattern that was open, so if he gets any more time, he might get that pass off.
See if West blitzes here. You got to figure another passing play. You got to figure a roll. In the shotgun is Verbit. He takes the ball. Quarterback keeper up the middle. He's got about 5 or 6 yards. Not a bad play. Gets him in a decent punting position.
That Verbit keeps.
Well, he, instead of having 3rd and maybe 17, he's going to have about 3rd and 13, 3rd and 14. Again, look for maybe that.
That's right. It's 3rd down. Another bad punting position.
But he's going to have 3rd and 13. A makeable play with his arm to send some guys, especially on that flood pattern that they like, and get a guy to hook it about 12 yards and see if he can get it to him.
So 3rd down and 13. Of course, that one play was negated by the penalty, which is what I had forgotten. And again, back in the shotgun is Verbit. Takes it, rolls to his left, looks, fires. Too high for his man. He had 2 men out there on the side, threw it too high, and now they will have to punt the ball.
Interesting. You know, you wonder why coaches do that sometimes, but he forces them, especially to the short side of the field, which is his left-hand side, throwing with a right-hand quarterback. I would have thought he would have come back this same way with the wide side of the field, but, you know, what can you say?
On 4th down, Haldis, the punter, stands back at his own 7-yard line. High snap. He gets it away. It's a low kick. Takes a good rock bounce, and it'll roll inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line. So it looked like an awful kick. It took a wonderful bounce. Now West with the ball at the 38-yard line. 35 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Wants to try and build on that 3-point lead. 14-11. Central Bucks West leading Council Rock late in the 3rd quarter. And who'd have thunk it?
Who'd have thunk it?
So now West, in the power eye look. Handoff goes to the up back. He'll get about 2 or 3 yards on the carry. That was Dave Edwards.
I tell you, you got to love this scrappy team. 21 seconds and counting, Bob, as we get through the end of this third quarter. And again, 14-11, anybody's game. But you got to believe that CBWest is going to get it going here, get a big drive going.
Well, Council Rock has owned the third quarter. I mean, they have done extremely well. They've moved the ball. Penalty hurt them. A holding penalty killed that one, the last drive. But they haven't got a lot of yardage, but they haven't had to because they took the ball over in the 16-yard line and moved it in. And that is the end of the third quarter. So, 1 quarter left in regulation time at least. And right now, a 3-point lead for Central Bucks West. They lead Council Rock 14-11. When play resumes in the fourth quarter, it will be 2nd down and a long 7 for CB West. Tom, I think that the coaching staff at Council Rock has to be thrilled with the effort.
Oh, absolutely thrilled. I think the kids have come to play. They haven't been intimidated, and that's a credit to the coaching staff. They've got them prepared. They've had a couple things go their way, but that's part of football, and it's something that CB West, I guess as a team, you grow up and probably haven't been, except for that North Penn game, really down in any games, and you have to learn to be able to hang in games like this, even when all year you've really kind of blown people out.
Well, they have blown people out through the year, and of course you look at the games. The only game they really, as of course Mr. Cleveland mentioned, the only game they really have had a tough time in was the North Penn game. And now you find out what they're made of. Fourth quarter about to begin. Backs are split. Kinsel wing to the left. Now in motion. Handoff goes to Picciotti. He's got 5. He's got 10. I think you're going to see a lot of number 33 in this quarter.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you. You're going to little short side of the field, just off tackle blast, and he runs hard. Gets up behind one of the Wilson brothers there, and Havener there, and it just runs hard. And that's basic. Gotta love it football. And West has got the first down over the 50-yard line. And let's see if they can march it in here and put this game away.
Backs in the eye after the first down carry. Buckley the tailback, Picciotti the up back. Oriole, oh, he fumbles the snap again. I got a feeling in drills this week they're going to have him being snapped to many, many times because that's a 3rd fumbled snap, and he is fortunate he has not lost one of those.
Well, you know, it's easy maybe to look at Mike because he's the visible guy, and they just changed the center. They actually just, which is odd to see a team do that, but the center for West, who is Bowser, having trouble with Bobby Bowser. They just put in number 50, Matt Showalter, and you know what? That's even tough to put a guy cold off the bench, come and snap the ball. Let's see what happens.
2nd down and 10 after the fumbled snap. Handoff goes to Picciotti. He'll get a couple. It'll make it 3rd and 8. So again, the Bucks have been just shooting themselves in the foot with penalties, and I'm sure if you ask Coach Pettine at the end of this game, he'll tell you that in his 30 years of coaching, this has got to go down as one of the sloppiest games he's ever seen. And that's not taking a slap at the kids. It's just been a sloppy game.
Yeah, they've struggled. And again, you know, coming in, you're 8-0. It's hard to get up every single night.
That's right.
And you know, this is one of those games where you just want to get out of here with the win and get back to practice next week and forget about it.
Picciotti carries the ball, and he is smashed down nicely after a short gain.
That's Keeler.
By Keeler, who's played a great game himself. Now the Bucks are at 4th and 5, and you wonder if they're going to punt the ball away here.
I think you got to punt, and they're gonna.
And here he comes again. Now they've had some problem with the snaps. Shink had a problem with one snap that cost him dearly. The ball was snapped low, and Shink couldn't get it. The last snap was kind of high. Boy, I'll tell you, if I'm the Rock, I got to come hard after him here. And they are. They got 10 men up on the line, or 9 men up on the line of scrimmage right now. Low snap and handle well. He comes up and he hits it nicely, end over end. It'll be fielded at about the 8-yard line, taking it up over the 10 to the 15 and breaks it to the 17-yard line. making something out of very little. Let's see who that was.
That was Chris Mahoney. Nice job. Catches the ball in the air, puts just a little fake on the first guy down, gets by him, gets about 7 yards on the return. And Council Rock, they have just got to love the opportunity they've given themselves in this game. 9:19 to go, Bob, trailing by 3 with the football in the fourth quarter.
Well, it's their game to win. It's their game to win. If they're going to do it, they have to move the ball here, because you got to figure they get held here. The Rock's going to try and, the Bucks are going to try and play some ball control. Ball at the 18-yard line. Backs in the eye. Verbit the quarterback. Back to pass. Throws a quick one, too low. Too low. Had a man there, was Sean Ozias. But I'll tell you what, he looked like he just planted too quickly and didn't give himself credit for the time he had to throw.
Threw off his back foot, and he just didn't get any power in his throw. You know, you're throwing a ball to the outside in football. From the middle of the field out, it's a 25-yard throw. And, you know, you got to throw off of that front foot and follow through just like you're throwing a baseball. I mean, you got to put some heat on it. And he didn't get his feet set right to throw that football.
2nd and 10. This play's not going anywhere. Well, I'll tell you, I'm surprised there wasn't a flag on that one. It looked for all the world like the back moved a little quickly. As it is, it's only a gain of 2, and that play just started in slow motion.
Well, it's a counter play. In order to run a counter effectively, you got to be running the blast effectively, and then you run the counter off of it. If you don't see that blast being run effectively, the counter looks slow, and it did on that play, and West was all over it.
Be interested to see if they try to throw that little pass to Keeler again. Now, they tried a shovel pass early in the game. Remember that one, too. The middle's been there for them.
Well, he's got Wade out here. Look for Wade just on a hard slant across the middle.
Off the shotgun, throwing it deep. It's going to be over everybody's head. It's going to be intercepted. Intercepted by CB West. Carrying it back to the 30-yard line, cutting to the outside, looking to get some more yardage and getting it down to the 23-yard line. Is Dave Camburn on the interception.
Dave Camburn, an exciting 10th graders, had a couple electrifying runs this year for West at the tailbox slot. Great coverage, nice over-the-shoulder, highest point, catches the ball, and just a real exciting run. And West was looking for a big defensive play, and they got it.
The Bucks
out of a sophomore, you got to love that.
Bucks have got the ball at the 25-yard line of Council Rock after the interception. So the Bucks have got an opportunity to kind of salt this game away if they can do something here. Now, they got to play some clean football here. They are in great field position. Oriole brings them up to the ball. Backs are split. Buckley and Pettine. Handoff goes to Pettine, and he's smashed at the line of scrimmage. Gets a couple of yards, with the initial contact by Dave Wallace kind of slowed him down.
I'll tell you, Wallace has played a monster game. He loves to hit people. Again, he's on that stunt. He's moving on the snap, and that's why you see that the contact that you did. He wasn't able to wrap him up, but boy, he stood him up for a second.
And your thoughts go back to that pass over Welland's head earlier in the game when he was wide open for Council Rock. 14-11, backs are split. Kinsel wing. Handoff. No, it's a keeper by Oriole, and he's not going to get anything. Is staying home and doing an excellent job on that play was number 32 once again, Corey Jones.
And I love Pettine. He had me fake. He stayed bent down over the ball, and he just kept faking like he was running the ball, and I was watching him the whole way. And Council Rock, well-disciplined, watched the football.
Corey Jones wasn't watching. I mean, he saw that Oriole had the ball, and he made a short tackle. This kid is an absolutely superb tackler.
Well, we're going to see him on one of the all-suburban teams at the end of the year. He is a good football player.
Backs are in the eye. 3rd down and about 6. Deep handoff goes. No, passing the ball. I'm sorry. And he throws it to Pettine, and Pettine's got it for the 1st down.
Good poise by Mike Oriole. Gets out. He's got to run to his left. Not his natural side, does a good job to square his shoulders just enough. He gets enough air under the ball, lays it into Pettine's hands. He does a nice job to get the 1st down, and West is knocking on the door.
But more important, he used an excellent play-action play. He took the ball, put it in Edwards' gut, took it back out, and Pettine, who doesn't usually go out for a pass, was wide open in the left flat. 1st and 10. Ball now at the 12-yard line. Handoff goes to Pettine. He breaks it inside the 10 to about the 6. and now you are down Pettine Pike once again.
Yeah, he gets inside that 10-yard line, and he starts to smell it. There's nothing like the smell of the goal line. As a running back, you get stronger. You feel more confident. The offensive line feels more confident, and it works the other way on defense. You start to feel like, hey, you know, they're getting close, and you start to doubt yourself.
Second down, they can get a first down. It's second and about 5 right now, making it 6. Ball at the 6-yard line. They get the first down just outside the goal line. A handoff again to Pettine. He's the 5, the 3, the 1. He's going to have the first down at the very least, if not the touchdown. I think he's got the first down. Pettine just stopped shy of the end zone, and they're going to measure for the first down.
Pettine, 20 touchdowns coming in tonight. He's already got 2. Very close to number 3 there, number 23 on the year if he can get it. You know, last year Dave Armstrong breaking the school record. Dave Dustin Pettine might, I don't know if he's got enough time in 2 years to break that record.
Well, he's short of the first down by about a foot. So you got to figure if they don't get the touchdown, they certainly would get the first down here. Ball just at the 1-yard line, maybe a little bit inside the 1-yard line. Make it third. We'll make it 3rd down and 1. So now they're going to take it and they're going to put it right in the middle of the field, and they're going to. On 3rd down, you got to figure the Pettine or possibly here Oriole possibly. Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's going to be Pettine all the way once again. 3rd and 1. Now we're set to go. Backs in a power eye look to the right side. It's a handoff underneath to Buckley. I don't think he got it though, but he may have gotten the first down.
He didn't have to get much, and you know, by the way he went into the end, lunged over there, I was sure he was.
Well, I'll tell you what.
But
I think he got the first down. I'll tell you what. I know they already signaled he got the first down. But I'll tell you what. They handed it to Buckley. I'm surprised he didn't walk into the end zone. You got to hand it to Council Rock. Everybody had to be looking for Pettine.
Well, that's why it's a good call, because just for that reason, everybody's keying on him.
So now 1st and goal, and I would be extremely surprised if Pettine doesn't get the ball this time. No, it's Buckley again, and this time it's touchdown. So they decided to go with the up back here, that close in, and Buckley gets the touchdown, and it's now 20-11, and the Bucks can breathe easier as Brian Buckley scores the touchdown.
Number 9, Brian Buckley, carries the ball into the end zone for the win.
And you know, it was interesting, after he got the first down, he looked over the sideline, he was hitting his chest like, hey coach, give me another shot, I'll get it in, and he did.
Tumbley will kick the ball out of Bill Stone's hold. High snap, Stone brings it down. The kick's not. Is it going to make it? Oh, it makes it. And we have a flag. I think they ran into the kicker.
Yeah, Tumbley's coming off a little shaking. He's kind of got his shoulder bent down, limping a little bit. And I think this might be on the kickoff that he gets penalized.
Yeah, they may put it on the kickoff at that point, and they will. But I'll tell you what, you got unsung heroes here. Bill Stone has handled a low snap and 2 high snaps and put it down in time for Tumbley to at least get a chance to kick the ball. You got to hand it to Bill Stone. He's done a real nice job from that holder spot.
Well, I'll tell you, the guy you gotta look just past that touchdown or back a couple plays, and that sophomore Dave Camber making that big interception to turn around with like.
We have a good extra point. During the extra point, we have a personal foul. Council Rock. That foul will be assessed on the kickoff.
You know, on that play, you have the option to take the ball up closer or kick it off further. CB West figures we got a 10-point lead now. No reason to try and go for 2 here, so they just take it on the kickoff.
But back to what I was saying, Camber, what a big play for him. Council Rock got the momentum, looking to get some points maybe to to get back, maybe even win this game. And a sophomore defensive back makes a huge interception for CB West, what turns into to be a touchdown and could eventually be the game-winning touchdown. That's huge. When you have young kids at this level making plays like that, boy, you got a guy like that, that kind of thing is just going to be, you know, with him forever.
So they'll kick it off from the Council Rock 45-yard line. Tumblety is kind of limping a little bit. He did get planted. Council Rock now with 5:09 to go has their work cut out for them. But the Bucks showed what it took to be a champion so far. They've been on the ropes and they have come back. They've delivered the counter blow every time. And they lead 21-11. It's not a pretty lead, but it's a lead. Waiting for the back judge. Now he gives him the okay to kick the ball. And Tumblety will approach it. Oh, this is high and deep. It's going to go into the end zone, and they will return it. No, they can't return it. That's right. It's a PIAA rule. He can't return the ball. So the ball will be put in play at the 20-yard line, and now Council Rock has to let out all the stops, and CB West knows this. So, Council Rock with a first down at their own 20-yard line, trailing 21-11, 5:09 to go in the fourth quarter. Craig Hodgson goes wide to the left. And back to pass. No, a deep handoff to Alex Wade. Wade's got 5, he's got 7. The ball's on the ground and CB West has got it in Camburn again. Well, that kind of shuts the door a little bit as Camburn falls on the fumble. 2 big turnover recoveries by Dave Camburn, an interception and a fumble recovery. And now West has the ball again, this time inside the 30 at the 28-yard line. Wade was trying to get some more yardage. You can't blame him. He was trying to get all he could, and they just kind of knocked it out. The ball came rolling right over, and Camburn did the smart thing. Instead of trying to pick it up and run with it, he fell on it, cradled the ball. The Bucks had the ball 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Backs are in the eye. Oriole rolling to the right, looking. He's throwing. He's got a man, Johnson, and he can't hold on.
Corey Jones, again, he's back in the coverage. The ball is actually thrown behind him in the zone. Does a great job because that ball is going to be completed just to get a hand on it and knock it away.
He did a great job. Corey Jones just stepping in there. He's had just one great game. So, 2nd and 10. I'll tell you one thing that's entertaining. The Council Rock band is one of the best in the country. They're just superb. They've been going the whole game. Backs in the eye. Hand up goes to Edwards. He's got about 5 yards. Make it 3rd and 5. I'll actually give him only about 3 on the carry, so make it 3rd and 7. Looked like he got more, but again, knee must have gotten down a little bit sooner than we thought. So it'll be 3rd and 7. Clock continues to move. More importantly for CB West, under 4.5 to go in regulation. Now the backs are split. Buckley and Pettine. Pettine on the carry. He's got 3, he's got 4, and he'll struggle and get that's about all he'll get as they push him back. So it'll be 4th down and about 3, maybe 3 yards to go. And you know that the Bucks are going to go for it here. He stayed in bounds, so the clock will continue to run.
That was Pettine again. I'll tell you, I love watching this kid play tonight, Bob. Number 30. It's been all over the football again there. Pettine with a head of steam gets around the end and is about ready to burst upfield. Number 30 stands up and actually stands him straight up and drives him back. You're not going to see many people do that.
Right now for Council Rock, this is the ball game. 4th and 3. They've got to get the ball back here. Handoff goes to Pettine. He's not going to make it. He is not going to make it. Council Rock has held, and they will take the ball over on downs. Boy, Dustin Picciotti got it. They nailed him around the legs. They actually ran blitz and got him, and the Rock takes over after that turnover. So with 3:31 to go in the fourth quarter, Council Rock takes over trailing 21-11.
Hey, Bob, you got to take your hat off to Ortman and his staff tonight, because had a great game plan. You know, some of the turnovers late in the fourth quarter here tonight, you know, is probably going to give West this victory. And that's probably easy to say with 3:31 to go, but I'll tell you what, they played great.
Absolutely had. They were prepared for this game tonight. Back to pass for a bit. He's going to be hit, and he goes down.
There's Elsling again. I'll tell you, number 20's had a big night. Junior, 6'1", about 200 pounds. He's quick off of that D-end. The guy wasn't able to pick him up the back. Gets around, gets to Verbit, and that's a big, big play.
And you know what? This is how good a team CB West is. Chances are they're going to win this game. They're winning by 10 points right now. They may win 21-11. They'll turn around and win over a good team like Council Rock, and all people will say is, boy, West really played badly.
Well, it was in the paper tonight that they played lousy last week against Truman, and they won 35-0. Sometimes we got to watch. It's only kids.
Screen pass. Oh, the ball's dropped by Bettison. It's the first thing I've seen tonight that Bettison hasn't done perfectly.
Yeah, he's used to hitting people. His forte isn't catch the ball and run. His is hit people, and he's done that well tonight.
He's done that extremely well. It looked like he just tried to run with the ball before he had it. So make it 3rd down and 17. Ball resting inside the 15 and about the 14-yard line. 2:47 to go in regulation now. And Verbit will lead his team out. He's in the shotgun. You got to think that CB West will be blitzing here. Back to pass, under the rush, throws it in the middle. Oh, and it's almost, and it's caught! It's caught! It's going to be a touchdown for Council Rock! Oh, my word, look at this! The 10-5 touchdown, Council Rock! Oh, Mother Camburn looked like he had an interception. And who was that caught the ball? I don't know. I'm not sure right now. Oh my, it was Chris Mahoney.
The thing was, the guy that's been the big playmaker in the secondary is Camburn. I think he almost picks the ball again. He isn't able. The ball bounces off of his hands or his shoulder pad right into Mahoney's hands, and he catches it in stride on the deflection and races into the end zone. And
now a timeout called, and Central Bucks West had seen this Rose Bowl formation, says, we got to talk about this. We still have a ball game, Tom. Let's take a quick break and catch our breaths. We'll be right back.
I'm Samuel Baku. As a Peace Corps volunteer in Ghana, West Africa, I help businesses start and grow. And here at home, I help my community grow. My Peace Corps experience has challenged me to find solutions and get results, and that's what business is all about.
Peace Corps challenged my assumptions and broadened my perspectives. Through that experience, I now have a better understanding of who I am, what is important to me, what makes me tick.
I'm Anissa Paulson, and I served as a Peace Corps volunteer in Momchograd, Bulgaria. In Washington, D.C., I work as a program coordinator for a literacy organization that works in the public schools. We bring adult reading partners into the schools to read to children. The Peace Corps experience taught me the value of community service, and it is now a lifelong commitment. I learned patience, confidence, and resourcefulness.
Because of Peace Corps, I'm truly a better person.
Peace Corps volunteers, changing the world, changing America.
Well, we are back to an absolutely shocked War Memorial Field in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. They're going to go for 2 after that tremendous pass, tip pass, and run for a touchdown. Throwing the ball. Oh, and it's tipped away, and it will be no good. So it's 21-17. Tom, you got to wonder, 21-17, why not kick the extra point?
I don't get it either. You know, 21, there's 21 and
John Price, what you got down there?
Well, I'm taking my life into my own hands down here in the senior section. These guys are out here at every game, home games, away games, They're some of the most vocal fans in the area, and I'm not going to try to talk to them. You kind of sense what I'm talking about. Let me ask them one thing. Do you think you guys will be able to repeat for the state title? That's all I got. Back up to you.
John, short, concise, and very to the point. Leave it to John Price to find the pretty girls. You know, it's always that way. There's John. Now, here's the situation, and I'll tell you what. I'm a little surprised, more than a little bit surprised. 21-17, you got to figure, okay, Tom, we got the touchdown. Kick the extra point. Let's try the onside kick. We got the kicker who can put the ball through the goalpost. What's up? What's up with that?
What's up? Well, I guess his thinking was, if I get the 2, and the same logic applies after that, onside kick, you go for the win.
But you have overtime.
I know.
You have overtime. I don't know. I'm a little surprised. Well, you know the onside kick is coming. Everybody's up front. Stapleton's going to try and get that big high bounce here. Remember, it's got to go 10 yards. He hits it. It bounces. It takes that high hop. Look out, it's anybody's ball. Let's see who's got it. I think the Rock's got the ball. I think the Rock has got the ball. They got the ball. Oh, my. Don't go home yet, Mom. We still got some football to play. There's 2 minutes and 26 seconds to go in regulation. And Council Rock on a tremendous onside kick by Matt Stapleton, who's one of the heroes of this game, has put the Rock with the ball at the CBWS 39-yard line.
You know, you watch people practice that. I'm around football a lot. I'm around the kids that practice that play. You couldn't have asked for a better kick. When that ball went 10 yards, it popped straight up in the air over top of the 2 lines of CBWS players, and right there was a Council Rock by, I think it was Alex Wade who got the ball.
And now West has got to prove what they're made of. They got to show why they're the state champions. As Council Rock has the ball, the handoff goes to Wade. He's not going to make it out of the backfield. Now he spins out and gets about 2 or 3 yards.
2:19 to go in the third quarter. He gets about 2 yards. They're going to get the 2-minute warning, and I think Council Rock has most of, if not all of, their timeouts.
Well, the clock will continue to run, of course, for 2 minutes, but the ball right now, they may have called a timeout in the first half. They called one in the third quarter just before they scored their touchdown. I think they only have 2 left. Clock running under 2 minutes to go in regulation. Council Rock has the ball, 2nd down and 9 after the 1-yard gain. Single setback, wing to the left. Verbic, play action, rolls to his left. Under a bit of a rush. He's not going to be able to throw the ball away, but he does get out of bounds. He'll get maybe a yard or 2. So, good coverage on the part of CB West. Everybody was covered. Verbic just ran for the sideline to stop that clock. He'll gain actually a little more. They'll gain about 3 yards to make it 3rd down and 6. Right now, of more importance than the touchdown, he's got to move those sticks. Now remember that little pass play in the middle. I keep talking about that little pass play to Keeler.
Yeah, I tell you what, Verbic's strength is rolling to his right, flood pattern. Have 3 guys out, all doing patterns out in that flat, and see if he can get somebody. He needs the 1st down. He's got plenty of time.
3rd down, 6. Back to pass, play action, rolling to his right. He's got a man. Oh, and he dropped the ball.
It's picked off.
Oh, Central Bucks West picked it off. The ball came up in the air, and it was picked off by Damian Smith. So the bounce went Council Rock's way one time, and this time it didn't. And Damian Smith comes up with a game-saving interception. Well, the Bucks were put with their backs to the wall, and they proved that they are state champions because they came up with a big defensive stand to hold Council Rock. 1:29 to go in regulation, and the Bucks will take the ball over at their own 38-yard line.
You know, you see the interception, but the guy that makes that play is the defensive end, comes real hard, forces Bourbon to make a low throw, forces the back to bobble it, and Damian Smith the opportunity to pick it off, and he does. And West has got an opportunity to run the clock.
And Piccotti's got the ball. He'll carry it for about 3. More importantly, the clock will continue to run. Council Rock has to burn off one of their timeouts. So Council Rock burns off, I believe that's their second timeout. So they'll be able to stop it one more time with 1:21 to go in this fourth quarter. And you got to figure that if Pettine or anybody carries the ball, they're going to be tackling that football. They want to try and get it out. One big thing that CB West has going for them is that their backs are very secure with that football generally. Pettine, Buckley, Edwards all know how to hold on to the mail. You see some of the crowd still here at the game. Nobody has left yet. Tell you what, that pass just shocked everybody. And again, it's been a game of funny bounces tonight. Ball bounces out, and there's our man Chris Mahoney, Johnny on the spot, take an 80-yard touchdown reception. And then the ball bounces away again, and this time it's CB West. Now, if that ball had been thrown a little bit higher, he had a lot of room to run with.
Oh, he did, and that's what I'm saying. The end who comes hard at Verbitt forces him to make a quick throw, and really that's really the thing that I think makes the play to back bobble it and give Davian Smith the opportunity to pick it.
2nd and 7. Handoff goes to Pettine. Pettine's got 5, he's got 6. He's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. And again, Council Rock will burn off their last timeout.
Well, there's 1:15 to go. Big third down play here.
So that'll be it. So this is a big play. If they can stop them here, it'll burn the clock down. Probably a running play here would burn the clock down to about 30 seconds. You figure that the CB West would take a penalty if they had to punt the ball away. Now, of course, that all is a moot point if Pettine or whoever gets the first down. Then the game is over. Interesting possibilities here. If you're Council Rock, you've got to key on Pettine. You've got to run blitz. You got to take the chance. You got to hope you can blast him in the backfield and hold him down there. And then you got to go for the punt block.
Yeah, you got to send everybody. Everybody's got to be in a gap. It's almost like being a goal line. You get an 8-man gap defense and have guys coming hard in those gaps, and hopefully you pick the right one. Because really, if you give them an opportunity to get close to the stick, they're going to be tempted to go for it on 4th down. So you got to make a big play here so that they're forced to punt.
So it's 3rd and 2. The ball resting at the 46-yard line of CB West. 1:15 to go in the fourth quarter. Backs are split. On 3rd and 2, the handoff goes to Pettine. He barrels over him, and he's got the first down. He's got the first down, and that ought to do it, folks. Clock will be stopped to move the sticks with exactly 1:08 to go in the fourth quarter. But at this point, they can just take a couple of kneels and go home. Very, very fortunate.
You know, and that's where that weight training comes into play. It's late in the game. It's 3rd down. You need 3 yards, and Pettine gets hit 2 yards from where he's got to be, and that extra strength that pays off when those guys come in at March and lift for 7-8 months before the season starts. That's where it does it.
They're in the victory offense. It's taking the snap as Oriole takes a couple of steps back, and we lose a couple yards. That's not an important thing. The clock will melt away. We're under 40 seconds to go. One more snap of the ball, and the Bucks will go to 9-0 as they head for the game. We haven't talked too much about it, but East lurks in the distance, and they are not a happy bunch of kids, having lost 2 successive games to Norristown and North Penn. And you got to figure that they're going to have their hands full with Central Bucks East. And by the way, that's not their final game of the year, East. Usually it is.
Yeah, CB East, well, they're scheduled to play Lansdale Catholic, but I got to tell you, that game's probably not going to happen. Knowing Lansdale Catholic will probably be into a district playoff game by the time that game comes around.
It's a likelihood. Now they delay the game. 7 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. You are correct on that course. Lansdale Catholic possibly headed for a playoff, and that's not set in stone either. But if they are, that would be, I believe, the first set of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, second down and actually 17, but he'll just take the snap. He does, steps down, and that will do it. So, a spirited effort, a great effort by Council Rock Game oh so close, and the Bucks have not the biggest scare of the season, but close to it. North Penn gave them the biggest scare, but Council Rock came out of nowhere and almost bit them on the neck. Final score, though, Central Bucks West 21, Council Rock 17. Tom, I'll tell you what, it has been, I'm all joked up. It has been an interesting performance, to say the least.
But I'll tell you what, Council Rock, we said coming in here, Mike Pettine was a little leery that he was going to be tough getting his team up. 8-0 coming in, Council Rock, even though you know they're a good team, you know that, we're probably a better team and we should win. But I think Mike came in, he took a little risk, he tried some of the fancier plays, some of the newer plays, and they had penalties and all that stuff, and that kept Council Rock in the game. And to Council Rock's credit, it built some momentum. They were able to play tough. They got a field goal, got a touchdown off of a turnover. And before you know it, it's a 14-11 game. Well, and they were in this game. And Vettison played tough. Keeler played tough. Verbit had a big game. Wade had a big game.
Hodgson.
But you know
Mahoney.
what? But CB West, when they had to make the big play, they made it.
Well, I'll tell you what, you look at the way they played the game, it's almost as if they said, yeah, we didn't play well against Truman last week and still won 35-0. We're scoring 35, 45 points a game. We can play a little bit with Council Rock, toy with them a little bit, put the pedal to the metal and put them in our fumes in the second half. Well, guess what? Council Rock had other plans because at the end of the half, it looked like CB West had taken control of the game. They scored a late touchdown to take the 14-3 lead. They had the ball to open the third quarter. You're thinking, okay, here we go. Typical Central Bucks West power drive into the end zone, 21-3, and you might as well sit back and enjoy the rest of the game. No! Council Rock holds them, buries them deep in their territory. A bad snap to the punter who can't pick the ball up, and all of a sudden, Council Rock has the ball at the 16-yard line. Now, even then, you're still saying, well, gee, they got to score a touchdown against them, and West is tough to score. What do? That little middle pass.
Little middle screen to Keeler.
Boom, down to the 1-yard line. Suddenly, it's a 14-9 game. They go for the 2-point conversion on the Rose Bowl play. Works perfectly. Bettison all by himself on the side of the end zone for 2, and now it's 14-11. But here come the Bucks. The Bucks come back. They come down the field. They do what a champion has to do. They take the lead further, 21-11, and it looks for all the world like this game is over. There's 2.5 minutes, and then kaboom, Tom.
Well, at 3:31, I said, well, this game is all this over, and the guy deflected pass. Chris Mahoney catches it off the shoulder pad of Camburn and races for a touchdown, and I'm eating my words. Even more when on the onside kick, they recover the ball, and you're thinking, wait a second, I spoke too soon.
But in between there was a big play that really turned the game around a little bit, too. Instead of going for the 1, Ortman decides, let's go for 2. Well, I'll talk about that in a moment. Right now, John Price down on the field. What do you have, my man?
I'm here with senior Brian Buckley, senior leader. This was a skin-of-the-teeth game for you guys. You came away with a victory. I guess what's going through your head right now after tonight's performance?
We're happy we got away with the victory. Once again, I think we played sloppy. I don't know what the heck happened on that one pass. It deflected and they got it and ran down. I had to see that one on film, but we're happy we at least got a co-championship now and we're in the districts. Takes, I guess, a little bit of pressure off, but now we got the big game against East next week.
Now that you've accomplished that, is it going to be difficult to get up since you've already clinched the districts and the league championship? Because it seems like for a couple people that might have been watching the game, the last couple weeks things might have been a little flat.
Yeah, no way. I mean, I'm not leaving this program without going 10-0. I mean, we East is a great team. We got to respect them, but you don't win it you don't want to be 9-1. I mean, you don't aim for that. You aim for the 10-0, and that's what we want to do.
Do you feel like this team is going to be able to put together the same type of season last year's team is? And if you can tell me if are there any differences that you see immediately from last year's team to this year's team?
The leadership's lacking a little bit on this team. That's where the main thing is. We got to pick it up, and seems like we might flatten out a little bit. Plateaued, and last year's team kept on getting better and better. So, we really got to start picking up. Now we're playing like the Council Rocks, the East, and then whoever we get in the districts, and these are all great teams we got to play. So you got to improve each week if you want to get, make it to the ultimate goal.
Well said, Brian Buckley, senior leader. Good luck to you. Thanks a lot for stopping by. I'll send it up to you guys.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tom. Brian Buckley tells it like it is. He came out. He said, "Look, we were flat. We were flat," and not questioning the leadership, just saying, "Look, we don't have the same leadership we had last year." And at this point in the season, he is absolutely right. you have got to play every game exceptionally well because you're not playing lesser teams in a row. You're playing a quality team in East, and you go into the playoffs, and you know somewhere along the line you got Central Dauphin waiting for you.
Well, I'll tell you, the interesting question, if we could have asked John to ask him what did Pettine say to the team in halftime, that would have been some interesting remarks. I think John's got.
I think he's got Chris Mahoney down here. John, are you ready with Chris Mahoney yet, or are we going to go down to him right now?
Yeah, I think we're ready to go, guys.
Here we go.
I'm down here, obviously, as you said, with Chris Mahoney. Interesting play at the last in the last quarter. You guys put a tremendous fight up. I guess first talk about maybe the overall game and this week and what what happened on the field.
All right, it started out last week. We had a heartbreaking loss last week. We came back all week in practice. We're pressing to beat this team. I mean, it's one of the best teams in the state. And we had a good week of practice, and I'm proud of these guys. Everyone that gave 150%, played with all heart. And I'm proud of everyone out here.
Was there anything you could think of that you'd like to do differently after tonight's game?
No, there's nothing else. I mean, we executed. I mean, they were a lot bigger than us, and we just played with our heart. There's nothing else you could ask for out of us. I mean, just another strong week of practice next week. Come out and beat Truman.
Explain that great play at the end of the game to me.
That was a lucky play. I mean, I got tipped in the air, just landed in my hands, and right down the sideline. I mean,
John, could you ask him what the coach said to them at halftime?
Scored again, but
what were the comments at halftime from Coach Ortman?
That we belong on the same field as them, that we're right there with them, that we got to keep our heads up, we got to come back strong in the second half and play with heart and courage.
You guys had a great performance. How does West stack up against other opponents that you've seen this year?
This is a tough conference, one of the best conferences in the East Coast. I mean, you got North Penn, East, Norristown. They're all right there with them. I mean, they're all the same. I mean, I could see them all playing well in districts, and I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Chris Mahoney, outstanding senior. He's a lot of fun to watch. I appreciate you stopping by. Back up to you guys.
Good job, John Price. Tell you what, two well-spoken young men, Brian Buckley, Chris Mahoney, said it again, told it like it was. The coaches came out and said, we can play football with them, and they did. It was an exciting football game, as good a game as you're going to see. Not a well-played game. We've got to say that. There was a lot of penalties, a lot of misplays, some turnovers, a lot of fumbles, 3 fumbled snaps, as you see a future Buck right there, hopeful. But Tom, a game that makes football the interesting game it is. You don't just throw your helmet out there and expect to win the game. Council Rock came out prepared, and I'm sure Pettine is right now telling his crew, we were lucky. We were outplayed.
Well, I'll tell you, it was very interesting and very perceptive on Brian Buckley's part about the team and the fact that there's not a lot of leadership. And you think about it, you take a kid like Potter, who was a quarterback who just, the momentum built with him as the season went on. You got a young quarterback, Michael Earl, doing a great job. But again, it's tough to step in as a sophomore and lead a senior leading line. And, you know, Pachati, he's only a junior.
Louis Armstrong was a tremendous leader, too.
Seriously, he was only the only junior captain of a West team ever. So what he said to me was so important, and I think every West fan out there has got to take what he says, and if there's any letdown of this team, if they don't go on to win the state championship, I think they got to listen to what he just said, because that's going to be the important thing.
I think the most impressive thing that Brian Buckley said was when he turned around and he said, I'm not going out of here without being 10-0. That's leadership right there. Brian Buckley is one of the leaders of this team. He shows the leadership. Now it becomes more difficult. Every game from this point on is a win or die situation for CB West. The East game, you know that Coach Green's going to have his team up for that game. You know they're going to be pointing. You know that Brian Scott's going to be having revved up to going 100 miles an hour. This is their game.
Brian Scott's last shot at CB West, and you know he's going to be pumped.
He's going to be pumped. He's going to be primed. He's going to be featured, and they're going to say, "Look, if you're going to beat us, you're going to have to run Brian Scott. You're going to have to stop Brian Scott to beat us." That's all there is to it. For West, though, they've got to regroup now. They've got to look at the basics here: fumbled snaps, jumping offside, plays that you don't see a West team do in the 9th game. You don't usually see them do in the 1st game of the season, let alone the 9th game. And I saw something here that I was a little surprised at, and I'm being very candid. It just seemed they were almost a little bit complacent. And I'm sure that Carey and Pettine will deal with that.
I think what Mike Pettine's going to say to himself when he looks at the game, he's going to say, you know what, I got a little brave in my play calling, came into the game, thought I could run all these new plays, and maybe a little disrespect for Council Rock a little bit in that, you know, they're a tough team, and maybe we should have been doing this last week against Truman, a team that's, you know, under 500, than trying to do it against a team like Council Rock that's 5-3, just barely lost to Norristown in overtime. So I think if he rethinks this, he says, you know what, he's going to point the finger at himself and said, I should have just come out and ran power football, you know, like West knows how to do it.
Well, we'll see what happens. Now it comes down to the game. East versus West. We will be there for it. Tommy and I always are, and we'll be there again. But right now, it's time for the Council Rock to go home feeling good about themselves. Although they lost 21-17, they go to 5-4. CB West ekes out the win, goes to 9-0. Will probably hold on to the #1 ranking in the state. Certainly in the area, they'll still be #1. But we get to that crunch time of the season. It's been a great one tonight. We want to thank the whole crew, the camera crew, the people in the truck, everybody doing a great job as always. John Price on the field, and for my partner, Tom White, on Bob Friedman. Final score, CBWS 21, Council Rock 17. Good night, and we'll see you at the game.